We're about to take it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and Lee on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love got me going live on the radio. Two mics and a mind on the radio. Radio, turned up on the radio. Radio, turned up on the radio. Turned up on the radio. Turned up on the radio. Two nights and a mind. Two nights and a mind. Two nights and a mind.
Hi, welcome to Two Mics in the Mind. I'm Tuli, one of your hosts. How is everyone doing tonight?
Hello. We can't hear you, Bueno.
It's a good thing, ain't it? Why you gonna mess with that?
That's true. Never mind. Stay right there.
You're laughing like that. You do better quiet.
Wow.
So we can keep control over them. What's happening, everybody? What's cooking?
How's everyone doing? How was your week?
It's doing. It's making it. Trying to get ready for y'all know. Pesach starts tomorrow for us. So first day of Masuk Lakam. Well, they will know it as Passover will go in effect for us tomorrow at sunset. So I've been trying to get everything out of the way, trying to get everything done, and trying to, set my mind to be ready for the whole week. Well, how much I got to get done? Oh, yeah, I just don't know. It's a lot to get done. But, we do it. We do it. Yeah, we appreciate it. Shalom to everyone. We made it back. That's right, Bill. Once again, we made it back. Actually, I think he's coming down to Georgia. So, as a matter of fact, I think he's going to be coming down. Him and the fam be coming down this. Coming down for
Oh, wow.
correct. Yeah, if I'm correct, yeah, he's supposed to be coming down. I think they've already booked.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good to see them in person. Appreciate them. Well, I press around. I think a couple of people be pressing down, so we definitely appreciate that. We're looking to have a great time with the help of Mr. Yahuwah HaMashiach, who is Gadol. So I don't know about y'all. Yes, a lot. As you get closer to time, you start realizing how much stuff you gotta do, how much you gotta prepare your mind for so much stuff. But we ready. One way or another, we looking to be ready. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you made one out. You heard his spirit gone.
I mean,
Aww.
fine with that. I mean, yep, we will be there. I can't wait to see y'all as well. That's right. Yeah, that'd be good. Be good to see y'all as well. Appreciate it. So what we got cooking? What's been going on with y'all this week?
Hold on 1 second.
Busy doing the same thing as you, preacher, trying to get everything done before feast comes.
Well, you should be done because you skipped a workout last week to go get everything done. Remember that?
I did not skip a workout, preacher. I was there.
You down at the spot for real?
Yeah, you killed me.
I don't remember this. Seriously?
Preacher, all I said was to one of the accused, no more questions because I got to go home. That's all I said.
Yeah, so you left. You wasn't there, were you?
No, I was there the whole time. It was. I almost died. My arms were killing me the next day.
Are you serious? Well, listen, welcome my word, because dang, you put us in the hospital. So just know, yes. Listen, y'all have a way.
No, after the workouts you do, I don't know who to believe at this point.
Listen. When I tell you that man kill me, that man didn't care nothing about me. He didn't care nothing about. I got bills to pay. I'm out here struggling in life. The man just came on here and just did what he wanted to do. Try to put us in the hospital. Now here I am hurting. I'm trying to set up an appointment. The guy got to go get some body parts amputated. So I'm like all messed up right now.
You almost put me to the hospital, preacher.
Are you serious? You just said, are you serious?
Preacher, Your
Okay.
workouts will be intense. Guys, Preacher, if you guys ever work out with Preacher, his workouts are intense.
No,
But I appreciate them.
no, but you ran me down in public.
No, it's so that they know that you're serious about this.
Are you serious? Hold on, man. All I do is show y'all love and kindness, and we go easy. Because I be thinking about what I had to go through. So I'm like, got to make sure you're mindful of what you're doing then, because someone's coming behind you, and they gonna like really. He's really trying to hurt us. I mean, they don't care if you fall out. It be people talking about finna pass out. Pass out.
In your workout.
No. That didn't work.
Wait,
We
Bueno,
talking
you've done the workout with Preacher?
And Dane, he know Dane. He somebody name. That's what Daniel call it. He calls it complete off the bone. COB.
Yeah, I work out with him, Preacher.
How are they? My husband tells me, and
your husband tell you how to.
He never complains. When I ask him though, he says my legs are sore. I'm like, okay.
Listen, he has legs. That's what he need to be grateful for. I don't complain about my legs. I have no legs. I came in here completely on my hips today. I mean, just all waist.
It was bad. Huh?
Yeah, listen, he tried to kill us yesterday. I was like, I don't know how I got caught in this. I got the wrong text thread. It was saying something about loving kindness, peace and harmony. And when I got there, I saw zero of loving kindness, peace and harmony. Yes, it was bad.
It was intense, huh?
Yes. I was not waiting on that Preacher's workout. I really too, and he's a great instructor. First of all, many persons are not even friends. I know this is completely just trying. See this, trying to come. Good and well, she knows she is not. She is a friend of two of my most key enemies.
They're trying to buy coins. They're trying to gain Preacher.
Yeah, no, I'm watching them. Listen, I know who they friends. I know who she friend with, and them two cons. Oh my goodness!
But Preacher, I'm interested to know about these two cons. What have they done to reach to that level?
It's criminal. I mean, I don't know who could be listening, recording. They could go to jail. That's how bad their activity is.
Wow.
Oh.
I do enjoy your workouts, though. I do have to say they're intense. I do enjoy them, though, because it gets me going throughout the whole week. It pushes me to work out on my own. It's not like your workouts, but it just motivates me to do my workouts here by myself. So
if you come to Mr. Daniel workout,
never.
Once you go and get them surgeries, then you'll realize it's like.
I can imagine.
It's like you land on the ground trying to catch your breath, and he got his foot on your chest saying breathe.
Preacher, no way.
Listen, he got his foot on your chest.
He does that to you?
Listen, breathe. That's any of us. It ain't just me. And then he said, you lucky I didn't kick you, because the rule is anybody hit the ground, you're supposed to stomp them out. How bad.
Oh, he's intense.
Look. They do 40 to 80 reps each set.
Wow.
Said to tell you, listen, it's brutal.
Said, when are you?
Said and saying. Said stop. Said like I can't do it.
Said was like, there's no way I'm coming back.
Crazy. I don't know why he can tell me I wouldn't have came back. I got a small piece of cake.
You eating a piece of cake?
3 bites.
You can afford it though, because you have lost weight. You could afford it.
Well, before I got to get rid of it, I want to throw in the trash. After tomorrow night.
Oh, that's right. Everything is gone now, but you could definitely afford it. Look, said it was crazy. Yeah, I could imagine. Said, I don't blame you.
It had took me since last Friday to the day to eat that cake.
Oh, you've been eating that cake since that Friday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't eat like that no more. I can't eat that cake. I can't eat like I don't have a taste for sweets like that no more. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Once you kind of, I had everybody. I don't know about the people who stay consistent on the stuff. On the drink, it made a difference. That vinegar, the cayenne pepper drink, I had y'all take, it made a difference.
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yes,
No,
sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm having technical difficulties over here.
We can hear you now. Lakiera Parker, she said, "Hello, I heard Raha was looking for his favorite member. Here I go." Oh, wow.
When you find him, please have him come on here.
Come on here. Come on, Lakiera Parker.
4 of them. She's just, oh my goodness.
Preacher wants to talk to you real quick, he says. How are you, Buena? How was your week?
Hey, pretty good. I got technical issues over here, but we up and running. We got it up and running. The week been doing good. I'm glad you asked because I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. What more can I say? Oh yeah.
Did you guys hear the helicopter that just crashed in New Jersey? I mean, in the Hudson River. 18 people died.
Yes, I heard about it and I saw the footage.
My mom was just telling me about it today.
Confederate 48, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, Confederate.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Welcome. Always great to see you.
Hey, Ron, y'all face froze.
Who?
Y'all face froze. Hold on a second.
Is it? I'm froze. Okay.
No, you're fine, Preacher. You're fine.
No, I'm moving. I can see you. Can you see me moving?
Yeah, you're fine.
He froze now.
Yeah, he froze.
My whole blinked off for a second from y'all. I started showing something else up there saying that it recommends to start need to do for my PC saying something came on. I don't know what it was.
How about now? You back, Confederate?
Can y'all hear me? Okay, that's it. Moving back. Just want to give my my general salutation to everyone, to left to right, to Miss Tooley, Commissioner Dr. Tooley, to the Honorable Tony Smith, to Resident Dr. Joe, to the Love Doctor. This is your neighbor, Confederate State 48, saying hit the like, hit the share, hit the cash app. Hit the cash app. Hit the cash app.
That's great.
I was in the middle of getting supper prepared, and I didn't realize what time it was. I know that we're in a 3-hour difference, and I just recovered, been recovering. I got some good news I want to share with the two mics in the mind, Mission McCall family. When I saw my oncologist on what's the day? The day is what they call Thursday. So I went and saw them on what they call Tuesday. They called me in. One of the women that administers my chemotherapy. I believe when they do a blood draw from me first. So I guess she pricked herself with the syringe, and they called me in and for her own safety. But I had reassured her, like, you ain't got to worry. I don't have no STDs or none of that kind of stuff or nothing, But just to kind of ease her mind, because they had called me like all of a sudden. I told her I couldn't make it that day. So the following day I went over. But I'm saying to say this, then I went to my specialist, my oncologist, I guess you would call it his superior, what have you. And I went in, and though the cancer's not, it's not in remission or anything, but the chemotherapy is actually starting to really take effect now. And so they're lowering my dosage of chemotherapy, and then this other specific type drug I get, the bone strengthener. Instead of me getting it now bi-weekly, I get it quarterly now. So I think that was some pretty tube news, for myself. I wanted to share that with you all. I know, the Palau that everyone have been Palau for me. I know that it really was instrumental in me receiving that tube news. So I just want to share that with you all, and just glad to be here. I've been sick for a couple of weeks, so I wasn't able to come on the broadcast. But I just wanted to make sure that I shared that with you all, and I knew that by Pasak coming up, there's gonna be a real good chance that there won't be a broadcast on next Thursday. So I really wanted to be able to see you all personally, via on the broadcast, and just Hadu for all the lessons that you've been teaching throughout this last week. Really been resonating with me. It was something that you had said. I think it was on the lesson on the 6th about the guys. They gave you pictures. They showed you the picture on the phone and said about the preaching and the people. They were like, you know me, you're telling me, you know me, and stuff like that. And then I thought about it. I said, I know that you come in contact, you come across a lot of people, on an everyday basis and stuff like that. And then I just said, you know what? And this is just my opinion. It really is a privilege to be able to be in the same room as you. You know what I mean? And people, I think sometimes people kind of get complacent and take it for granted, especially when people impact people's lives the way that you do, not just you, but specifically you, Love Doctor, Resident Joe, everybody that plays a part, in the way of y'all synagogue, and Two Minds in the Mic as well. But, I think a lot of times, and there she is right now, Miss Thule. Too to see you. Yeah, and I just don't want to ever be that type of person that take that for granted. You know what I mean? It's because I know, like you say, sometimes you walk away from certain places, people, places, and things, and you say you good. I really wouldn't know how I would be able to react to that, because somebody said that to me, because I'm going to Florida next week. My father-in-law's not doing the best, and I just applaud that he's able to to stay alive till me and my wife get there, to see her dad. But because that happened to me last year, as you know, when my mom passed away, I was in Chicago, and I just got there too late, and I don't want her to have experience that same type of trauma. But and the guy said to me, he said, so what am I gonna do until you get back? You know what I mean? Like I was abandoning them, or like he was never gonna see me again. And it just reminded me of you, like where people have had the experience and the opportunity, not just you, but just to be in the room and to even be acknowledged by people that are just that significant to people. You don't want to never take advantage of that. You don't ever want to just downplay it and thinking that it's mundane, and you said a lot, like, people, you said the main thing is people's salvation, and it really is. And when I haven't had a lot of people that I like looked up to, like wanted to be like, kind of like patterned my life after. And then I would say a lot of the time, and I said before on the show, I said 2 phrases I use is what would Yahusha do and what would Ra do. They had the WWJD thing, and I say something, and I say, what would Ra do in a situation like that? But then, and I sit back, I say, you know what? Man, it would be an honor to be like Ra. But then I thought about it, and I really sat down and thought. I said, you know what? You don't want to walk in that man's shoes. The stuff that he had to endure over all the years to get to where he is, to be comfortable, to be in the skin that he is, it just didn't come overnight. You know what I'm saying? And we just getting a snippet of just actually what you've been through, the things that you've encountered. You know what I'm saying? The things that you had to overcome. And me personally, I've been writing a biography about you, not so much on with pen and paper, but just kind of like tracking different, milestones, in your life and stuff like that resonates with me. And I think everybody needs to find somebody or a group of people that they can kind of like get some type of inspiration and to kind of have like sort of like a how would you say it, a handbook, if you will, you know, to kind of like, if you want that outcome, follow that pattern. You know what I mean? You had the contemporaries like Obadiah and some of the Nabaim, you know, and they had people that, you know, kind of like, you know, follow their lives and how they, you know, being human beings, you know, had bills to pay, had families, had this and they had that. But at the same time, their main objective was to get Yahuwah's people to a certain place. You know what I mean? And to have a person like that to be removed from that individual's life, it could be devastating. So I guess I'm saying all that to say this. I don't want to ever do anything to have that taken away from me. You know what I mean? And I know that I have a lot of challenges in the time zone, and that's no excuse or whatever, but my world was turned upside down a couple months ago. I had went on, and I didn't know how to use, I still really don't know how to use the Zoom administration thing to get on for Kahal to watch, you know, the lesson. And then you said, cut them off. I said, oh man. And it blanked out. Man, I tell you what, my heart dropped into my socks. I said, if whatever I done, I said, I deserve that, or whatever it may have been. You know what I mean? And I say, well, it's for a reason. So I'm just kind of saying this to everybody out in Radio Land. Don't take the people that are instrumental in your life for granted, no matter who it may be. I don't care if it's your neighbor, your teacher, you know, whoever it may be, but don't take it for granted, because we can get complacent. We can just go along with our lives and think that people are just going to be there for the duration. You know what I mean? You can wake up one morning, that person may not be in your life anymore. You know what I'm saying? And then you are going to be left with the remnants of what they've taught you, he or she have taught you, you know what I mean, to continue on. And for me, it's like the manna that Yasharal got. It was fresh every morning. You know what I mean? I just, and they had to collect it twice. I was on before Shabbat. So I don't never want to get to a point that I get complacent and just take you nor two minds in the mic or the way of y'all for granted. I just want, I need to get that off my chest. So I know I probably spoke a lot, but I'm just excited to be here tonight. Can't stay very long because I got supper on, but I just wanted to make sure that I saw y'all before Passat.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I tell you what, I'm glad. That's great news. Always glad. I appreciate the encouraging words. The value these people here, and don't take them for granted. I know years ago I used to hear old people say, "Give me my roses while I'm here."
That's right. Yeah.
Appreciate what you said. Just a little guy trying to excuse me, trying to do this pollen. Yeah, excuse me. It's just like it's in my throat, in my chest.
The other day about the pollen count in Atlanta.
Oh, it's brutal. But I appreciate what you said. Definitely received. I always want to, you know, make an impact with people and make a change with them, and want people to be able to appreciate the fact of, like you say, you know, a lot of times people take for granted the opportunity people you put in your life that get results, you know, and that's another thing. You have people in your life, but can you get results with them? It's key.
Right.
For me, that's important for me to be able to get results with, you know, people going through, and I tell them I'm Palau for them. My goal is I get results, you know, for people. Yeah, that's not something I just do because I go to the maker. I'm not that guy. Let me give you a whole list of bunch of stuff. I seen some of that I want to get, you know. I was thinking about getting this. I don't play wish lists. When I go to them, it's consistent. It's the same thing because that's what I want. You know? They say, my wife tell you, I don't eat a whole lot of different stuff. I'm pretty basic. Like, she got my oatmeal now because she think it might be contributing why I do this. Excuse me, but you know, I can eat oatmeal every morning. I can eat it for dinner. I really
is it cooked oatmeal raw you eat?
It's steel cut, gluten free, zero sodium. The whole nine. It's a little more expensive than the regular. Ain't that little Quaker Oats out the box. I try to get stuff. I'm trying to, I try not to get that foolishness. I don't know. I think it gives me a little flare up or kickback or something. I'm trying to see between that and the problem. But anyway, I'm just pretty basic. If I like something, I mean, it works for me. I can do it. I'm one of the people. I don't have to do a lot of different stuff. I can just,
right.
I don't need. I don't do that. I'm like, no, I'm good. If it works, I know it works. I'm good. I can kind of stay that way. I'm just, you get a certain age. I can see now, like it's like I remember years ago. You try to get old people explain, and you said, "Listen, you do it. Like if you do this, you do and and then you do this. You see, it's real easy. You just be explaining things, and you get through, and then do the same thing. You say, "Wow, I just said that," and I'm like, but they just look at it works for me already. It might be easier for you. It might be something that you want to do, but I'm good doing what I do. So I'm kind of that person. Yeah, I pretty much kind of eat from the same places. I don't like a lot of different places, hands stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of funny. If I like something, that's kind of the way I stay with what it is. It might be you got all the time. Yeah, because I feel like I can trust it. Right. I got a lot of stuff from arsenic in my blood. People just doing stuff. I just, really big. Yeah, I had to get on a lady today. I got a salad from Publix today. I went to the lady. She had this stuff. She got ready to put my foot stuff down and cut it on that board. I said, "What are you doing?" She said, I said, "Don't you cut my wife? Get that paper and cut it." She said, "I just cleaned this board off." I said, "And I'm glad you did, but you get that paper." I'm like, "Don't cut my stuff," and I don't like that. I'm telling you, get me mad. They drop it on that counter. They think you want to be like, "Stop. Don't put that in my food." And like it dropped on. I see people do it. It drives me up the wall. It dropped off from my plate. Don't pick it up. Like if I drop food on the table, I'm not going to pick the food up off the table and eat it. I'm going to eat from my plate. So if you making my stuff and it fall off, it wasn't meant. Just keep it. I tell you, hey, give me something. Don't put that back on there. And they look with this dumb look, and they get a knife there and cut me. I say, "Hey, I got many. Why would you make me a sandwich with that knife? You got someone. Why when you clear like, is it that hard? What make you think I want to eat whatever you just cut?"
Yeah.
That brings me to when you and Miss Thule had the restaurant. You were telling us the account when about the chicken, they was washing the chicken when he said, "What you doing?" And say, "Oh, he told him, wash it again." They got so they call the attitude, say, "I know I own the place, but I eat from here too. You're not gonna serve it." You're not gonna serve that chicken like that.
Someone owns a restaurant, they tell you, "I don't really eat here." Like, I don't even wear flour. Why you got them in here? That's like Whataburger. I thought it was called. I heard they were saying Whataburger. I was like, I don't know. I mean, maybe they use a water. They want to say it was what a burger.
What a burger, yeah.
Put it all together. So you got people saying Whataburger. I'm trying to figure out Whataburger. Okay, Whataburger. I said, no. That's Whataburger. They saying Whataburger. Okay, whatever. So you're not going here. And I was hungry, was at the hospital with Tula. She bleeding like a stuck hog pig. So I said, well, I'm gonna run up the street while I'm getting something to eat. Ran up the street, get me something right quick. I really don't want this stuff. I don't eat it. I said, I just want something. Let me get some onion rings or something. I wound up telling them, give me a burrito. I said, I don't want that bread. I don't want that. I really don't eat bread. Like it's kind of in between. I'm really funny kind of bread anyway. And I see the guy back now. I'm looking, so he just pull up his pants. I'm looking. I'm like, back there again. I told her, I said, go get my money. I want my money back. She come up there. I said, listen. I just got back there. He keeps pulling up his pants. He back there, making food. She's like, well, he not making your food. That's your reply? He not making my food? Listen. Wow. I want all y'all on there to hit Whataburger. Whataburger. They need to water it down. The place is, listen. I tell them they'll still go. I'm one of them people. Listen, Del Taco. That I want them eating that. I had to go to the hospital. I wrote a bag. I took it. Listen, it was bad. I was on that toilet. It was like nobody. It was two of us. Me and Big Lee, he was behind me. So I paid for his food. So I'm gonna pay for this guy food, whatever his ticket. I'm just gonna pay for a guy. So we both were sick. I thought he was like, I thought it was just me. Listen, man, my stomach. You know how you keep going diarrhea, so your behind is sore. And it, now, listen, I feel like I was gonna die. I was sweating. Food poison is like food poison makes you feel like you're going to die.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't go to the like. Well, you had to come to the hospital. I said, first of all, I didn't know what was wrong with me. I'm trying.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it like I can, I mess on myself to run. And then I had a bag. I said, I got a bag with it. Like, we can't test. I'm like, well, this you can see. They're like, you got to come right then. Then they got to go. Then they got
what? Hold on. You had a bag?
Garbage bag. I told them, I said, listen, I need them. I would have messed in that bag too. I said, listen, you take whatever you want. Because I wanted to check. I wasn't trying to, make no false claim. These people like, hey, I'm going to play that. I've been in the business. Like, I know people
that incident. We had a petition going about Del Taco because there's a lot of them out here, and I think the founder, I had wrote him a letter. The founder, I was like, that was like what, 2 years ago?
You remember that?
Yeah. We wrote a petition about it. And I was like, man, you get. Man, you doing something our leader, like not just that, but just like for the simple fact being like, man, cross contamination is bad enough, but then when you got people that just
not wash their hands, that lead. See, people be playing with that lead, don't wash their hand. You handle the cash register, handling fries. You the people who handle the cash register handle your fries too,
right?
These people are handling the glove with the money, then go put fry, grab the top of putting it. They think I'm just putting it like that's filthy.
Yeah.
I'm real fun. I'm telling you something. I'm funny. I like restaurants. I can walk in, I can watch you, I can see and confront you. I really don't like my stuff coming because I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. I do hibachi a lot because I like them I go to other places, what's Korean barbecue. Places like bring your food out and I cook it myself. I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna wash all my stuff. Listen, I go to a restaurant. When I go to the bathroom, I also wash my phone. I get soap and water and I wash my phone. My wife tells me, I put on the because I know people gonna call me when I'm eating.
Right, makes sense.
I wash my phone. I wash my phone through the day constantly because you touch the phone, so I just don't like that. I like to wash my phone. As soon as I say, hey, let me see your phone, I'm seeing her watch it. As soon as I get my phone back, I'm going to wash my phone out. The hands do too much touch. So when I wash my phone because I'm cooking, people call me, I just tap, and I don't play touching my phone and touching. I don't care if it's meat. I'm eating it. It's me.
Right.
Like that. I don't want you to do it. I don't say, well, it's different. I'm doing it to myself. No, I don't like it. So I just don't do that. I'm funny about that. I'm funny. She'll tell you. Listen. I let them have in a restaurant. Listen, Del Taco was my favorite. My favorite over Taco Bell. Oh yeah, Del Taco's my favorite. Fries. Oh my goodness. I got paused. I have never been back. I ain't going back. I'm done. I'm done.
That's something kind of gets me too is they'll take. I like the condiments. I tell them to put it in a separate bag because they have a tendency to take in.
With your fries on top of your stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's called I'm a diamond. That's why I'm working this job. They just got me in here because I ain't got a brain in my head. That's what it's called. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got a brain in my head. So I'm just stick everything here instead, get a napkin, grab the fry with a napkin, set it down and put the condiments in first, put them on. Nobody don't train it. It's simple stuff. They look at you, and then you done started World War III when you say something. Hey, I tell people, I don't eat like that. I just tell them, I don't eat like that. If it's I can walk out, let you have it. I'm like, because I ain't got to pay for it. I just walk out. I said, you eat. I tell them, you eat it. I walk out. I don't have to have it.
You're like you seem like my wife. She like that. She a stickler for that too. I may let a few things slide, but she not letting nothing slide. She watch everything and everybody when it comes to food. She says she got a weak stomach, like you say.
Listen, man, you do something there, but man, please, listen, I tell you, man, you keep that. I'm not interested. When I said I gotta think about it, and I'm looking at you doing, I'm thinking about it. I can tell you right now, this is probably not finna go good because I'm thinking, I'm like, which way I'm finna let you have this about it. If I feel like it's something that's like in something that you know, hey, I don't eat like that. I'm telling you, I said, listen, I don't eat like that. They be like, listen, now you add what? Now we don't move to, listen, I don't do that. You're cooking food. Don't do that.
Right.
I don't like that. I'm like, I don't like that. I'm like, hey, they should be required to wear a mask. I know they talk. We talk, a little spittle come out your mouth.
Yeah. Wow.
And then some people don't care about you. Like you'll think, well, I mean, they eat it too. I don't care if you eat it. I don't eat it.
Right.
People go to the bathroom like they go to play. I tell them, hey, listen, I told people like I be getting to come out of bed. I see a guy going down the car. I said, hey, I know it ain't that clean. You ain't gonna wash your hands. Look at me and be like, I'll be like, yeah, I'm like, it ain't that clean. I know you could just go in there, you can walk out of here like that. I watch people going to a restaurant, come out and listen and go sit down and eat. Watch no hand, grab that dough. Listen, I use the napkin when I do not open bathroom door. I don't open the door napkin. I don't wipe I use a napkin. And I go up there, if it's serving like listen, man, I use a napkin to grab that stuff. I said, I know these folks, I'll watch it. Listen, why not listen? Get the spoon, they taste the salt. I told her, I said, hey, come out. I said, this person I'm here tasting salt. They had to pull all that sauce up. I said, yeah, I said, that's why I go back. I said, when I'm more for, they'd be like, okay, let's just no, they pull them up. I said, y'all need to talk to these people. I told them, like, what are you doing? You can't taste something, you know what I'm saying? Put it on your plate and taste it. I always use a napkin. I know a lot of y'all don't do it. Don't wash your hand. If you're gonna open the door when you walk out the bathroom, don't wash your hand because right now you just picked up all the poop piss everybody ever had. I don't open them doors with my hand. I use a napkin. I wash my phone. I take my phone. This phone been washed so much. When I'm gonna trade it back in the Verizon, they probably gonna give me extra money. They're gonna say this phone is so so I wash my phone. Listen, open water, I wash it, so I dry. I keep it on the napkin. So I carry it in the napkin.
You like my dad, he do that.
When I get back to the table, I can lay it down. It's on the napkin. So I don't worry about my phone nasty on the table. So I can cook and go. If I got to touch my phone, I got my MP, just touch it, boom. So I just like to do that for me. I just don't mess around. People don't realize those bacteria get in your system, man, that stuff can kill you. It's a stock of antibacterial wipes from Dollar Tree. I'm going to tell you another thing to do. And I hadn't lately, but I do keep it in the car. Typically, when you go in a restaurant, the best thing to do is to have Colloidal Silver. Hold on for a second.
What is that?
I'll show it to you.
Colloidal.
Yeah.
Oh, but I love doctor. Did you do that?
That's it. That's a Colloidal Silver.
I was gonna ask you when I wanted to pick that Colloidal Silver. Did you did you do the speaking engagement?
I did.
Did you take the? You did?
Yes, sir. I did.
How did it turn out?
It turned out really, really well. I was really shocked at how many people actually participated. It was a lot of people that came out and participated. It was awesome turnout. Really, really well. Really, really awesome.
Yeah, I just want to get an update. It's kind of like blinking out a little bit, right? What is it like jewelry cleaner?
No,
There it is.
Colloidal Silver.
What it do, Miss Tooley?
Man, it's starting what you do. Let me tell you something. I got turned on this years ago, right? So one time I had diarrhea really bad one day. We had something going on. I couldn't go because the colloidal, because I had diarrhea. It was so bad. You can only just pat back there because it's burning. So remember that you years ago told me about it. He said, I gave you some stuff, colloidal. I was like, I didn't take that stuff. It was in the bottle. I was like, I didn't take it. I had it. He said, take the stuff, put in some water, and take it. And then I'll take it, put on the top. I was like, I'm hurting right now. I'm not doing it. I got tired of going to the bathroom and couldn't wipe. I was sore. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. I put some under my tongue. Listen, done. Killed it. So it kills it. Put it in your water. You go to a restaurant. I keep it in my truck. I keep this stuff. You drop it in your water and drink it. So those folk like that bacteria. Listen.
Oh.
This stuff ain't cheap either. Don't go buy that sorry. So y'all say that colloidal silver.
I've never heard of it. This my first. What would you pick it up from? Like a Whole Foods or something like that?
You can probably this stuff. I don't know. I probably paid about $50-$60 for that bottle, but I tell you what, it's every bit worth. It's minerals, 16 fluid. Listen, it's worth what. Listen, you got sovereign silver. People take that too. I had sovereign silver. I used to take it. The colloidal silver is the 613. Nothing but the truth. All wrong. Listen, drop it in your water. She said, Walmart, I don't care who brand. If it's colloidal silver, listen, you ain't gonna lose. I keep this on the refill, but I got me some. I got another bottle. I'm finna put some in because I like to keep it around me. Like I'm telling us, I do. Like my eyes be bothering me. I put it in my eyes. I put sometimes my ears give me problems. I put it in my
ears, but that's on him.
I do it. Okay. What happened to that other daughter? When she put one time, she had an earache. It was really bad. You put her in. What happened to her?
Who that?
Moot. When you put it in her ear.
Who?
Moot.
What happened? It worked.
You put exactly. Put it. Listen. I put it in my ear because my ears give me problems. Listen. I drip it in my ear. I put it in my eyes, and I put some in my mouth. It's just good. It just coats. It's good mineral for like bacteria. People have like stuff can't live in your body with colloidal silver.
So how often do you use it?
I get in my car. Anytime I get in my truck, I'm taking it. I'm putting it in my eye because they're pollen. I'm putting it in my ears. And I'm gonna take some in my mouth. I'm doing it. Every day. For the sinuses, I try to use I don't know what man. She got it covered up now, but I take this stuff here. This right here got cayenne up in it. Oh my! Listen, burn. Oh my goodness.
That's nasal spray.
Woo! Yes, with cayenne pepper.
Oh my goodness.
Refreshing.
I know your eyes be watering. I know I got to make your eyes water.
No, it really doesn't.
Oh.
I'm used to it. Burns going up. I mean, it's good. She said I didn't think about it. Yeah, I put it in my eyes. I put it in my ears. Yes, I do. Yeah. Huh? What'd you say? See? You hear what you want to hear. Give me some let me hear. Colloidal silver, you check out, is good stuff. Oh my goodness. One of my kings sent a picture for hold on. What? Hold on. Who footed that? How they gotta know?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Andrew, right, and Derek, and the rest of the way y'all son again. Also, too, there was something I saw on the news. I got 1% of my phone that's about to die, but if I cut out, it's unintentional. About some guy in Georgia, a murder suspect. They released him from jail in Atlanta.
Accidentally.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
He was doing 30 years.
Yeah.
From a murder in 2020 or 23. We had that story, didn't we?
Yeah, we have it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to tell y'all how y'all.
Oh darn!
He died. The thing died.
Oh.
The thing died.
We definitely have you too.
I have you. Why are you so dark, Bueno?
I got technical difficulties over here in these streets.
Oh, got you. I have Confederate. Your phone probably died.
Yeah, he did. Anyway, if his phone is dead, let's be honest. You think you can hear that, sweetie?
Who knows? But I didn't want to. I wanted to clear out something. But do you have
that video ready? If you want me to go ahead and play that video that he was talking about,
go ahead. That'd be great.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I got something to a story I need to sing y'all. This will be a decider.
This happened.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, well, you mentioned it just a moment ago. This was some sort of paperwork error that let this convicted killer get off free. He was set to spend at least 3 decades behind bars in connection with his 2022 murder. But again, he is a free man tonight. The victim's family is now terrified.
It's scary to know that someone could just be released because of a mistake. and then we wait for 2 weeks. We don't alert anyone.
19-year-old Delilah Grayson's mom hasn't slept much since she found out a search is now underway for Kathan Guzman, her daughter's killer. Clayton County jailers accidentally let him go.
He strangled Delilah to death in their apartment that morning because she was planning to leave him.
In October, a judge sentenced Guzman to 30 to life behind bars for felony murder. Delilah's mom, Christina Grayson, was there in court every step of the way.
The DA promised me that he would never get out. They looked me in my face and they promised me that he would never get out. I had nothing to worry about, and he's out free.
District Attorney Tasha Mosley told Fox 5 on the phone, "We hope the sheriff's office catches him soon," adding, "We are sad and upset about this incident." The Clayton County Sheriff's Office didn't respond to our request for comment. We talked to the attorney listed for Guzman on court records on the phone, but she refused to say if she knew where he was or if he planned to surrender.
We're talking about somebody that is trained in MMA. He is a trained killer with his hands, and he looks nice and friendly. No one is safe. The public is not safe.
Fair use.
Now, Grayson tells us she was told that Guzman was released on March 27th, but that attorney we spoke with filed court paperwork on his behalf 5 days later. And we continue to follow this story and bring you the very latest details on it. For now, that is the latest from here, live at the Clayton County Jail. Rob DiRienzo.
Wow, mistakes.
Fair use, you two.
Big mistake.
Oh,
We'll
he's
see what
been
happens.
out for about 2
Also
weeks
new
now, huh?
Who?
Yeah.
Apparently.
He said he's been out since March 22nd. Did I hear him correctly?
Something like that they released him. A jailer released him, so that jailer just by be terminated. Well, the jailer would have did it based off of what the computer said. So it's so many people who dropped the ball on this case, and the sheriff is already dealing with a lot of stuff himself, Sheriff Allen, right now. A lot going on. So this will fall. And I say this: you can't blame the sheriff on everything. Only because I say this: the sheriff is just the top seat. People under you, you have a lot of subordinates under you. Colonels, captains, majors, lieutenants, sergeants. It's just so many people under you. Then you got, your regular foot soldiers, that's in as well. So these people make mistakes. And you got other people in personnel, other people handling stuff, intake, other things going on. People drop the ball, people make mistakes. And that's a terrible mistake. And, people can, let me say this. The Most High willing they capture him and nobody else is murdered. Go back and do his sentencing. But I'll be honest with you, and it's not just me, just saying it. They're human. This is what happens when you're a human being. They say, we need AI. That's artificial intelligence. If the intelligent makes mistakes, what will the artificial do?
Right.
So that's what you gotta think, people. We humans, and you are subject and prone to mistake. It is, definitely, my hope that no one else is injured, hurt by this man. He's captured soon, arrested, put back in jail to serve out his time. But, it's unfortunate the sheriff had to eat that as though he walked down there and he did it. Sometimes you got to just be practical. No sheriff not responsible for that. You got to look at the person, because at that point, I don't believe somebody intentionally just said, let me go let him out, which means computer has error. His name popped up. They've done this plenty of time where prisoners have gotten out by mistakes. Something popped up, it was missed, it didn't show up. Then, now it heads roll. This can be criminal. You can be charged for anybody he killed. It's a lot of pressure on everybody. Then Clayton County got to scramble to look for a man who possibly is not in Clayton County. He knows he has 30 years and make no sense to in Clayton County. 9 times out of 10, that man has sent some states over. He's cut his hair because he already know they're looking for with them dreads.
Yeah, I hope he did.
How much news is really covering this, but this should have been pumped up, amped up high. And he could have been a person where he felt like she was the only person I wanted to kill. She was leaving me. That's my first person I killed. My only person. I just looked at she was leaving me.
Mm-hmm.
We hadn't found nobody else dead yet or heard about anybody else dead. So You know, that was just a thing with them. At the same time, for the mother, it has got to be horrific. Dealing with that, you gotta wonder, hey, will he come look for me? She deserves to have police protection at her house. Front, back, yeah, she needs it. Her job, I mean, hey, we dropped the ball. We got to protect you till we get him back. I would hope somebody is in somebody's head thinking she's been at court. She no doubt testified on this monster don't need to be out. He can feel like she responsible for me doing all this time. Had she not come to court and said anything, I could be out. So that's enough to me to say, Clayton County, the least you could do, if anybody listen to Clayton County, give us security. That costs money. Yeah, it costs money if she come up dead because you definitely getting sued. Hey, admit mistakes were made. People are fallible. Things happen. It's terrible. It's awful. But let's clean it up. But let's just say, hey, the fair end for me is let me give you security at your home to go to the work until we get him captured. I said, we got to make up for this. Whoever that person will let him out. So you do know this on you, right? I'm telling you, you finna work. Tell your family you're not coming home. I mean, you know, that's listen. That's how you do business. You drop the ball. Listen, you just come in and make it bad. Don't sit back and no comment. Listen, this was a terrible mistake. She has 24-hour security until we find her. I need hands on deck getting this guy. Y'all hear me? I need him. He got mama. Listen, somebody know where he at. Somebody help him get out of here. His stuff in the system. He gets stopped, his license guy, and he listen. The fact that he's mixed martial arts, listen, man, armed and dangerous. So you know what that means, right? There's a strong. That means we can shoot you. Because I mean, officer take a chance to run up on this guy. This officer.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yep.
Out on the street, so you got to make up your mind. You turn yourself in your best bet because now we run into you. I can't take a chance at losing my life. I tell you to turn around, put your hand in that thing. You know, you don't roundhouse me.
Yeah.
Then you got my gun and you shoot. Yeah, listen, I tell you how they're gonna work out right now. Let me tell you how it work out. Tom Smith, our police. I found it. Let me tell you how to go there. That's it. That's why I can arrest him. Listen, man, I ain't got time to play with you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time to play, man. I ain't got no time to play with that, man. Listen, man, you don't kill somebody. You know, you out here, you know good well you supposed to be in jail, and you out here. So listen, go on, serve your time. You did the crime. You didn't get the death penalty. You holler, oh, I can't do that. Well, that was something you should have thought about before you took that young lady's life. She's still dead. Her family's still grieving. You just went to jail October.
Yeah.
And you out in March?
Wow.
He knew that was a mistake they were coming back for. I know he got out of here. And by the time they could have possibly realized it, I mean, come on, he was gone because it went on APB out for him. His paper, he would have showed release, so police would have stopped the rain. It was nothing nobody would have done. I'm sure he is sitting some other state. This ain't hard. You can tap his family phone. He's not calling them people. 9 times out of 10, he's not calling them. If he's smart, he's not calling them. He's sitting somewhere and somebody know where he is. They y'all do it, put the pressure down on him.
But they say his lawyer didn't answer. All she didn't know where he is, but she didn't say that.
She said she didn't know where he is.
She didn't say anything. She didn't answer.
Well, you know how that go.
That lady.
Yeah, I mean that's client privilege, but at the same time, when you look at you hard, I'm gonna tell y'all this right here how it works as well with your attorney. For those that don't know, don't buy into that. Attorney is an officer of the court. I cannot tell my attorney, oh yeah, I killed my wife. Then we go. They cannot do that. Listen, that's why they don't ask certain questions. Did you do it? No, because once you tell me yes, I am an officer of the court. If I'm called on this, I can say, oh yeah, he killed it. He told me to kill him. And you be, oh man, you're my attorney. They are an officer of the court. Please use your head, people. You're risking everything. You got some that have been out for you, but tip of the attorney, no, you don't ask questions. You just represent. The attorneys I had years ago when I used to be in the street, they never asked me, hey, did you do it? They know I did it. And they know we had that conversation. Your end was to go in there and tell them people I didn't do it. So that's why they don't ask those questions. But anyway, you know, the Most High willing, this man get apprehended soon. Nobody else get hurt. That mom, grieving family get some resolve that he's arrested, put away. Whatever happened in that system, that computer gets rebooted, resuited. All the above, whatever need to happen to make sure that never happens again. Never happens again. Chain him to the bed. But anyway, having said that, I sent them my story for the night. What time is it? Well, I see what time is it. Was there another story we're going to
go ahead and play it?
No, that wasn't another story first.
Yeah.
Before we do, we did talk about we didn't talk about it. Trump did put a 90-day on the tariffs that he put out. To me, you know, I listen to a lot of news. You got talking heads, other people, you listen to business news. To me, I agree to this one point I heard talking head. It showed his instability in what he does. He took a giant leap to put those tariffs. He right. Other presidents wanted to do it. Nobody had the guts to do it because of that impact. You saw what it did to the market. You see what it did. It destabilized a lot. And when other people were going to do it, we didn't have a market like this. We didn't have COVID, wars everywhere. You know, we had the war in Iraq. The war in Iraq didn't. I'll be honest. Do y'all remember that affected you economically? Goods still came in. It didn't affect getting anything. It was like they were over there. It had nothing to do with us here. Okay, so. Yeah. When you look at it, he said, is there a reward? I need me. Listen, I tell you now, if it's a reward I'm saying, I'm telling you now, I need that paper. If the number right, we can find him. Let me tell you what I do. I go get me a good, clean crackhead. I'm talking about one ain't got no money. I go get him. Y'all see that? That's a boulder for a crackhead. When I show that crackhead, I say, go get him. You get that boulder. That man caught. Listen, he caught. You hear me? Crackheads don't play. Listen, I got a crackhead to put a clutch in a car. For y'all don't know, you got to drop the transmission and at a gas station outside. He wasn't shot. Listen, when a rock involved, y'all see that hole? That's a boulder. That crackhead see that boulder. I'm telling y'all now, that boy caught. And then they said, listen, give me a little tase. They give him just a little slice off of it. Listen. They get that chewing that mouth. They get it moving that mouth. Listen, they got to go. I got to get him. Dead or alive. Listen, they got to get him. Listen, man, they going to crawl. Listen, all they going to do, they going to go up they going to go up under the grass and they'll just crawl through the dirt. Listen, get below the grass. Listen, they'll go through that whole planet and they find it. Crackheads can do it. I'm telling you, that's the only way to catch him. My bishop on him, you see that? He said, I'm telling you, crackhead. Listen, I released 35 crackhead. I said, whoever bring it back, you get that boulder. Listen, no guns, no weapons. So people say, I get everybody a little chip off. They just need a tase. After that, they gone. Ain't nothing a junkie can't. You ain't lying.
He is not lying. I remember my car got locked in one time and there was a crackhead. He said, "What's wrong?" I said, he opened my car. And I was like, I gave him $5 and just said, "Thank you so much," and I left in New Jersey when I was in college.
Let me tell you who did. That crackhead would have put another engine in your car. Man, look at man. When I was out in them streets, crackheads. Listen, man, I had so many clothes, jewelry. I took the stuff I had when I was in the street. I took it to the point. You remember that? We melted down. We got the wedding rings. I sold it to the jewelry shop. I just gave them all. I didn't want. Listen, I had a lot of stuff. Them crackheads. Listen, they used to come see me. Listen, steaks. I seen a bottle of Remy. I don't know. Listen, I ain't tell y'all no lie. This is the biggest bottle I ever seen in my life. Listen. Crackhead brought to me. Fresh, that thing was huge. It took so long for the drink that look, it didn't make no sense. They used to bring me so much. Listen, Jack, come here. Come on, Tom. Come on, don't do me like that. Come on. I said, man, listen. I don't want this stuff. I don't know why. All I'm saying, I want it. I said, listen, man, I don't want it. I want my money. I don't know why you brought this stuff over here. Come on, Tom, don't do that to me. I said, man, I want my money. Listen, give me something. I said, that's my key right there. This is what I can do for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want it. I'm helping you out. You know what the sound is saying? I wanna, like Keith Sweat. I wanna listen. That was guy now. I listen. I said, listen, man, this is all I can do. I said, this, they be like, come on, Tone, you beat. I said, listen, man, I don't want it. I really don't want, don't even take it. Go, they be like, get it to me. Listen, I got whole living room furniture that back when they had the entertainment system. Listen, entertainment system with the CD. Listen, everything. Listen. It gave me the whole thing. Listen, Jet. Listen, take it. Listen. I had to get it. You know what I tell them? I really don't want this. I rather have my money. That might go to every time. I rather have my money. I said, listen, take it. Go sell it. They be thinking, man, I can't go. No, come on, Tone, don't do me like this. You know what I'm looking at? I'm gonna do you like this. I'm a businessman. Listen, crackhead. Oh my goodness. Man, I had to put heads on the car. Stuff, you gotta have a shop. You gotta have a lift to do. Listen, outside, get it done. I'm talking about right. Let me get a taste. Once they get a taste, listen, that's it, man. It's time to go to work. They want some more. Because I used to be a fence. I had so much stuff, man. Listen, man, I'm trying to tell you, I did my stuff. He right, they undefeated. Listen, crackheads is keeping their word. Listen, like that flood, it rained, it gonna flood. You give a crackhead a mop and a piece of rock that big, all that water out on the street mopped up. I could have fixed. Listen, I guarantee you, them crackhead could fix that levee down there in New Orleans. Man, they took them clothes and jammed them in that lake, in that ocean. All that stuff been fixed. The radio, TV, power tools, DJ equipment. Listen, man. Woman, I know. Listen, man. I was out in them streets, man. 11 years. Them folks, woo, they take care of you. Listen, you can't trust them now.
Radio, TV, power tools, DJ equipment.
Let me tell you what you can't do. Don't get them nothing up front and look for them to come back. You lost. A crackhead, rather listen, you can bust their head open. You can break their leg and their arm. They don't care. They'll lie, cheat, steal. They'll sell their mama. Don't trust them. But when they know they got something coming, listen, they're coming through. I remember one time, I want to know about Vietnam firsthand. A friend of mine, his brother, he had two brothers over there. One of them he wouldn't talk about. He got shot down in a helicopter twice. He finally talked to me a year later. His older brother, he said, yeah, he ain't gonna talk to you about that. They call me Hank. He ain't gonna talk to you about it. He don't like talking about that stuff. He got shot down twice in a helicopter. So I said, he said, I'll tell you about it. I said, I saw Cat Sound. I said, I'll tell you. He said, give me one of them boulders. So I went on here to get in the boulder. He sat down. He got that thing cranked up, hit that thing, waiting to get through. I said, all right, Bubba, talk to him. I said, tell me what happened. He said, it was rough. That was it. He just told me it was rough. That was it. I was so, I couldn't do that bust out laugh. I can't believe he just did this to me. I'm like, you serious? That was it. He said, it was rough. That was it. I said, it's terrible. Crackhead, they'll get you. Don't trust them. Don't leave nothing in their hand. Don't ever give them too much. If they say, I'm going to be right back, you finna lose.
Yeah. We had a crackhead in the neighborhood when I was growing up.
He know. He said that jaw get the move. Listen, when you see them, you see some out. Don't believe them. They smoke crack. Get back. They smoke crack. I'm telling you that now. I'm telling you, that could just be a twitch. That's not no twitch. That's a hit. You got to. That man got me for. Listen, man. That thing was like that. Man, listen. I saw man. Them things. Listen. I had them boy. I had my boy say, listen, man. They were fat like a finger was in the bag. He got me good back then. But see them, that's what you learn with these people. But now I don't even think these folks even do crack no more. They do something else. What they got? Crystal meth, fentanyl. What the world are these folks doing?
Weird stuff.
He did enough damage to people. I don't know what they're doing. They created some more mess. But anyway, if we'd got a crackhead, he could have fixed that whole terror problem. All right, come on, put my story up there, Lil Doctor.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, for this story come up, do what I want y'all to do. I want you to decide. All I want, you come online right now when he calls. You gonna tell us who's right and who's wrong. Let's go.
Hold on. So y'all remember Auntie, right? You know, the woman that lusted over Usher at the concert, embarrassed her man in the process. Well, come to find out, her husband filed for divorce.
A 45-year-old woman was at that Usher concert sitting on the front row. As normal, that's where the trap at. And she was so provocative. And the things she was doing, guess what her husband say? It's over with. I want a divorce. The husband saying all the time, all the years they've been together, I'm assuming they've been married a long time. That man said she ain't never treated him like that out in public.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. So if you guys have not seen this viral video of Usher's most recent concert in which this older woman lost her mind, I'm basically going to show it to you guys. But apparently, in regards to this whole situation, her actual husband filed for divorce from her based off of the interaction that her and Usher were having at his show. So here we can see, you know, that Usher is kind of like seducing this person, obviously based off of the interaction that she was showcasing him. He obviously thought it was okay. She's, you know, saying all these things. I basically like, oh boy, you don't know what I'll do. You know, that kind of situation. Obviously I cannot play it because she's singing the song and there's lyrics going on and stuff like that.
Fair play, YouTube. Fair play.
But here they are. Basically, he's serenading her, and this woman is acting like she's having a conniption. First of all, when I initially saw this clip, because there's more that I have to play, I was getting secondhand embarrassment. Okay, I was. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was getting secondhand embarrassment. You know, when you kind of have to peek through the fingers to kind of look at it because it's like a train wreck. Like you just can't help but keep watching, but you so desperately want to look away.
Play, YouTube.
That's how I felt.
Play.
Okay. And to know that allegedly this woman is actually married makes the situation even more crazy and embarrassing. So again, she's doing all these things with her body, the direct eye contact, a little bit scary. Okay. She is trying to go for it. I don't know if this is her way of like helping him put on the show, or if she thought that this was like, you know, attractive and seductive. It seems scary to me. Okay, it seemed like this woman needed a tranquilizer. It seemed like she needed to be tamed and calmed down. This was a lot. Okay, this was absolutely a lot that was going on. And, you know, a lot of people hide behind the guise of, oh, you know, this is just a celebrity. And, you know, think too much, or this is supposed to be a fun experience. And, you know, I don't understand why women are not allowed to have fun. This is why, and this is just my personal opinion. Okay, I cannot be wrong for my opinion, but in my personal opinion, I have to say it because people will be in the comment section telling me I'm wrong about how I feel. I don't agree when women have these, you know, male celebrity crushes that they constantly, you know, parade around in front of their husbands about. And like, oh, you know, everybody knows that if this person gets around me, I'm gonna need a hall pass. Like, I've never agreed with that, because celebrity or not, that's a man. Okay. And I am of the belief system that whoever you are in a relationship with, that should be the ultimate man for you. That should be the man that you have the ultimate eyes for. Okay. You should not be giving this imaginary situation access to you, to your body, to all these things just because of the fact that they have a platform, right? That's just my personal opinion. I don't think that men should see those situations and take it lightly. Okay. The last time we saw a situation like that, most recently, was the woman who literally put Chris Brown in her wedding vows.
Well, we finally made it to the day the day when I give up all my dreams on Chris Brown.
Having this man have an honor for you in which he, give you the ultimate, badge of honor, letting it known that like I'm here to serve, protect, lead, guide, cover you in all ways, and I'm going to make you my wife. And to know that you are making a joke on that day of your commitment, that you're basically settling for him because you don't have access to actually being in the relationship with somebody who you wanted to be with, is diabolical. Okay, it's crazy, and we all know he does the cherry thing, right? And before I even get into that, from what I've seen, he actually has a section, right? So if you're not okay with the whole cherry thing, then you don't sit in a certain section of the show. And how I know that is because I saw another video in which a woman was like, flashing her wedding ring at him or whatever the case is. And he was basically like, you in the cherry section. So if you don't want to be over here and you want us to move your seat, you let us know.
We just have a one here. Now I told you this is the cherry on top section. So if you don't want to get the cherry, you okay? Okay.
Now I have to be honest, Usher is an entertainer. I love Usher's music, okay? And I understand the fact that he has the duty to put on a show. This has now become like an attraction at his shows that, people are coming to see, women are coming to participate in. It is not Usher's responsibility for you to respect your own marriage. Okay, that don't got nothing to do with this man. This man there to do a job. If you single and you partaking in these freaktivities, that's up to you. Okay, but it is up to you to know if you are somebody's wife, you to know if you are married, and if you respect your husband enough that you are not going to display certain behaviors that will disrespect him. Okay, so here we can clearly see this woman doing the most. Like I said, she's acting like she is in the desert thirsty. Okay, and the only way that she can get her thirst quenched is by Usher doing this foolishness with her. It's embarrassing. Okay, humiliating. To know that allegedly, okay, it has been circulating that this woman is a married woman. And was displaying all of these traits for another man, celebrity or not. I could see why this man divorced her or filed for divorce. It was even alleged that this person said, her soon to be ex-husband basically said that she's not even a person who participates in PDA. She don't do hand holding, none of that, but she had the audacity to do all this in front of everybody and disrespect me to that magnitude. Yeah, I'm over it. I don't blame him. Okay. This reminds me of the girl who was at the concert with her boyfriend and was doing the absolute most. Now it's kind of like, fighting with your imagination of what you think could be going on. And this woman is back there. He done took off his shirt. So now she over here doing the most for him behind the curtain. Let me just remind you guys, her boyfriend is sitting on the front row. That woman was at the concert with her man, basically manipulated the situation to convince him to even take her to said concert, purposely sat in a certain section that she knew that she would get called on stage, and was willing to do the utmost only for that man who was the singer to send her right back down there to her man. Based off of all the backlash to whatever the case, that man dumped her and didn't look back.
It doesn't work this anymore.
Wasn't that bad. It was that bad, girl. Like, go.
It's so funny to me because women do not want me to have these conversations because women want it to be a thing where it's deemed as normal. It's okay. It's a normal thing, and nobody should have a problem with it because they want to be able to indulge in these things with no man having a certain standard for his relationship, right? Like, for example, if all women say that, oh, it's normal for you to have a crush on these celebrities and go and do the most, then all of these women have the pass to be able to do that. And if it goes further, there's no problem. But there's such a contradiction because if this was the that was Janet Jackson, okay? And that was a man who was absolutely married, and these things were going on, women would be, trying to cancel Janet. Women would be trying to, tarnish this man's character. They would have found out where that man worked and got him fired from his job. They would have done the most. Oh, one thing these men do will embarrass you. Like, women always have these sayings when it comes to men, but why don't women ever talk about the fact that these women will embarrass you too and disrespect you simultaneously? Now, I have to say alleged because I've seen, different places where this conversation has, been around. This woman was allegedly married and her husband filed for divorce. I don't know, but if it's true, I don't blame her. Okay, that's all I got to say. All I have to say is I don't blame him. I completely understand where he's coming from. I like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this entire situation.
Very useful.
And give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Boom. All right. Now I want y'all to kick on. I seen the side talk. Come on to the front, then we're gonna give our end on it. Tell us what you think. Who's wrong? Did the husband go too far to give up his marriage because of a simple interaction at a concert? Or was he right for getting rid of her because she was very disrespectful at the concert? We want to hear from you. What says you? Hello? Finally, he said, finally, a woman being straight up. But you know what that show you? There are women that don't agree with. Women tend to do that a lot. Have they crushes on guys or whatever, So, I mean, they tend to do that a lot, with the, and, it ain't nothing, just a crush I have, That's like me. I used to really like Anita Baker as a soloist. She was great, as a singer. I went to a concert, ain't nothing gonna happen between me and her. I mean, that's just not even, my cup of tea with that. I don't have, her singing was beautiful, but that never would lead to, I seen Anita Baker, all of a sudden I can't walk and I'm crawling over here to do something. That ain't happening with nobody. That just ain't me. That's some foolishness. I'll finish, but we want to hear from y'all. Wait, Andre, come on to the screen, y'all. I see y'all putting stuff over there. We need to come to the light. Come to the light, Carol Ann. Come to the light. Yeah. So yeah, that's crazy. Tell us I want to know from y'all what y'all think. Who's wrong? Did he just get jealous and say, "Oh man, I'm just tripping because I ain't Usher"? You know what I'm saying? I ain't a pallbearer. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I ain't in the choir. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it could be into that. What say you? Hello. Hold on, what is that? I know it's okay. She is definitely wrong. She is definitely wrong. That's a violation, especially when you are married.
That's right.
Womanati said he a joke for letting the disrespect go so long. That woman been right. Yes.
That's true, Womanati.
Yeah, I mean, but you heard it said she doesn't even do whole-handed. So what he saw was so many violations. It wasn't just one. He saw so many violations of looking at, wow, you don't do that with me. And all of a sudden you up here and it's like, I'm willy-nilly ready to get butt naked up here. It's like, wow, where did this come from? So I can definitely understand that, That's crazy. What else we got on there? Okay, where y'all at? Where's the woman? Where the women I hate? Why they ain't on here? Also, if you live in Rockdale, there is a severe thunderstorm warning issue. It started at 9:10 p.m. and it's until 10 p.m.
It's gonna be bad weather tomorrow, also.
Oh yeah, bad weather tomorrow. Oh, all day tomorrow.
Not all day. It's certain hours.
Just certain hours. Well, listen, I tell you what, I serve a man that control the weather and everything in his hand. That don't mean I'm walking outside running out here to do nothing either. But at the same time, it just may give you one of the things where you look at yourself.
Right now.
You'll learn to appreciate it's bad. A severe thunderstorm possible this evening and tomorrow. Winds looking at be 60 miles an hour, frequent lightning, hail, to golf ball size. Okay. That's pretty sad.
Same here in Covington. Wow.
Yeah. Listen. One of the things where it make you just look and say, I'll tell you. So what else? Who else we got here? Who is coming on now? I would have done. Hold on. He said I would have done like who? What did it say? I would have done like your father did when you asked about Michael Jackson concert. No, you can't. Listen. That just been. You know, the truth be told, every woman know women do stuff men don't do. Y'all fall in love with a man because he been on TV. We could care less about that. You know. I mean,
where y'all celebrity crushes at? In person?
Yeah, there are men that have celebrity crushes.
Listen.
No, dudes don't really be all like that.
No, we don't do that. Nothing like that. She is dead wrong. She was.
You know why I think it is? I
Women
think
get sweaty on stage
because you guys know y'all don't have a chance, but we as women, we actually it's national boundary.
You just said contradicted your own statement.
No, I didn't.
You said the dudes don't have a chance, but if the women have a chance with the dude, that means the dude really does have a chance.
No. I'm talking about a celebrity dude. I'm talking about you regular dudes know that you don't have a chance. But us women,
a chance at what?
The celebrity.
A chance at what?
Being the girl, being the wife.
Dudes don't look at it that way.
Exactly, because you don't have a chance.
No, dudes don't look at it from your perspective, is what I'm saying.
So how do you guys look at it?
We know
it ain't no celebrity. Dudes look at just, hey, a girl is a girl, a pretty girl is a pretty girl. A dude will see a pretty girl on the sidewalk and rank her just as high as he would somebody's quote unquote on the TV. Pretty is pretty.
What are you saying? You still don't have a chance. You sit on the sidewalk. We got a chance.
Now I got a chance.
You think I got a chance?
A whole lot. I mean, but that'll be the thing with women. If you look now, hold on, no man can't act like that because of sexual abuse charge. Y'all, the performance should have.
Have you seen that video of that guy performing with that let Janet Jackson dance all over him? Nobody said anything about that.
I don't know nothing about it. I mean,
he was strapped and she danced all over him on top of him.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't know because I won't watch it. So
I don't be. Dude don't be paying like that for no concert. No way.
3 days.
I'm telling you,
they finna spend no $2,000 so you can sit in the front row of no concert.
Have a chance either. They fool. Look at him. Somebody hit that man. Someone. Listen. All she had a chance to do is get knocked off, and some of them. He didn't. Let me tell you one thing with a man. You ain't gonna be no wife. Nobody gonna marry you when you do. That's the thing with a woman.
Well, Tula said they got a chance at it.
Yeah.
Tula said, let me tell you something. Tula, she's on a whole nother simple side now. Okay. That man wasn't gonna marry her. First of all, she looked like she was too tall and big over him.
Looking like a cafeteria worker.
No, you didn't.
This time.
She did.
Listen, man.
You did.
Listen, how old she was? Did you not see her?
Cafeteria
her tits were down by her knees.
That's probably why he chose her, because she was older.
Terrible.
He probably wanted to make her nice. He knew that she probably knew that he was gonna get that reaction from an older lady.
Which means that she ain't even have a change.
You know, she should did. She should have kicked his dad in his mouth. That would have taught him.
Yep.
He chose. He knew what you wanted. He knew that she wanted him. Yeah.
That's crazy.
He could tell. He probably picked her out. You know, looking at her do all that, it picked her out.
Yeah, and get up there, maybe. But see, that's the thing, though. You sat down now for it, and that's what they do. And then you open yourself up for, just world-class problem. Now you done lost your marriage. You look like a fool. Usher ain't gonna do nothing for you. That's the whole thing. You can't. It ain't his responsibility. So it's like you just made a fool out yourself. You lost your marriage. You embarrassed people that know, and people that got single look at you. You threw it all away for that. So that man ain't just looking at Usher. He looking at Shirley ain't the only person.
Exactly.
Any man that scene can put you here and get your draw. She would have taken the draw right there.
Yeah, I think she had a history. I think that's probably what, that was it.
Listen, only chance most women have to when it comes to celebrity is a puffy party. Nothing seriously, especially in those type of exact. That man What he do? You gotta do the ugly women and the he already do pretty women. They was saying no ugly guy going no come to my Gary. Why you always do the good looking guy? He know he ugly. He know. Go grab a broom, bruh, and a mop, bruh. Start cleaning up.
Y'all
Somebody
mad?
said Usher likes older women.
Don't y'all be mad because we got a chance now. I told y'all we got a chance.
Who got a chance?
I heard that. I heard.
She had a chance. She had a chance to go straight to divorce court.
Don't be mad. Women got a chance now. Don't be hating now.
That's true. That's true.
On our
So what's
chance.
up with this other video that you sent?
Just put up there. Let's see. That's one I want them to judge too. He said women like famous men based on what they have in a lifestyle. They can supply a man like women based on what he likes. It doesn't matter if she's rich, if she's not. He doesn't really care. Well, he don't want to, bro.
That right.
Let's see. There's another situation I want y'all to judge it. See if this man is wrong or right. That's all I want to know. Wrong or right.
Did she put her to sleep?
Yeah, I did.
You did good. She had such a great birthday.
She did.
Such a great dad.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not done passing out gifts either.
A gift for me?
Yes.
Vernon, you didn't have to do that. It's not my birthday.
Wrong or right.
Oh, thank you.
I
Oh,
had to.
it's heavy. Ooh, I'm excited. What is
Exciting.
Yeah.
Fair use, YouTube. Fair use.
it? Such an amazing man, I tell you.
Open it up, man.
Is it Valentine's Day all over again? Oh my God. Ooh, is that kind of nice? My favorite wine?
You're gonna love it. It goes with the gift.
Ooh, Pinot Noir. Mwah. I can't wait to sip on this. Thank you, babe. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm excited. It better be the necklace I'm wanting. You know I've been wanting that for a long time. Another bag.
Yes.
So tricky, I tell you.
Fair use, YouTube.
Another bag.
Yes.
I can't with you and your foolishness. Oh my God. You are one silly man, I tell you.
Open it up.
Oh my God, what is this? Oh man. Duct tape, really?
They ran out.
You're such an amazing
They
rapper.
ran out. Sorry.
An envelope? What could this be? What could this be? It's not shaking. It's not my necklace, I don't think. Let's open this up. Ooh, it feels kind of thick. Okay, hold on. It may be. Maybe. Paper. This better be a ticket to Dubai for 2 weeks straight, round trip. Because you know I've been wanting to go to Dubai.
Open it up. Yeah, read it.
What is this?
You know what it is? I just want you to know that I know. Nevaeh is not mine. She's not my daughter.
Why did you do this tonight out of all nights? Why?
Because I wanted you to know that I know Nevaeh is not mine. I've had doubts. So I
What
went and got a
doubts?
DNA test. Nevaeh is not mine. She's not my daughter. It's not my
Why would you do this? Why would she loves you though? Why would you do this?
She's not my daughter. Why would you do this? Why would you cheat?
I didn't cheat.
Why would you cheat on me?
I didn't.
That's proof right there. DNA test. Nevaeh is not my daughter.
But babe, really? Out of all days, you had 3 years to give this to me. Now you want to give this to me?
All right, listen. You and Nevaeh got to the
It's
end
his
of the month to get out of my house.
You're kidding, right?
I'm not kidding.
But that's
You
your
and
daughter.
your daughter had to the end of the month to get out of my house.
But that's
Kelly.
your daughter.
It's not my daughter, Kelly.
Yes, it
The
is.
paperwork says it's not my daughter.
Why would you do this?
I am not the father.
No. Stop, babe. Can we just talk? Get the camera on my face. Can we just talk? Get it up.
So, what do we say on that one, people? Is he wrong when he has been the father for this child for 3 consecutive years, giving her a home and his wife, whom he made vows to, and he has the nerve on that night, out of all nights, he has waited 3 years to do a DNA test and give it to her that night. Why would he do that? And then give her the end of the month for her and his used to be daughter to be out the end of the month. What say you? DNA test should be mandatory to prevent situation. I agree, Ernie. I agree with that. I don't care who you are. It should be mandatory. Let the baby come spit shine looking just like it. He said, I signed off on this. He 100% right. Let me tell you, for those, I want to see what's on. You are not the father. Sound like Maury. That's a Maury. That's tight. So what do y'all say? What about our host of the show? What do y'all say? Let's get a woman's opinion. Dr. Joe, President Joe.
I think it's right. I mean, I think any father, any man should be is allowed to ask for paternity tests at any time. And if he's not the father, he can either decide to stay with the wife and the kid or leave or make them leave. I'm with the guy because I think that it would have been different if I don't know what happened in the past, but she should have said this, be honest from the beginning, and then he could decide what to do after that.
We got a comment. She primarily at fault, but he could have handled it differently. He could have had an adult conversation with less of a build up. LOL. Let's see. But they say men are dogs, though. Chavez said, flashback for me, Bishop. 100%. My baby mama cheated on me, but I knew he was my son. He showed signs. Left-handed like me. 100%. What do you think, Love Doctor? So we got a woman perspective.
Yeah, he did the right thing. You know, he said he had doubts or whatever. He had a lot of suspicions. So he went ahead and, he was spot on in terms, you got doubts or whatever. You want to confirm whatever suspicion that you have, he did it. And in terms of the way that he went about doing it, that's up to him. But he said they got to be out by the end of the month. Yeah.
At least he gave her a month.
Yeah. Totally.
What? What I say?
What?
Well, I might be a little biased because I think it was she was wrong. As someone who has gone through this before, not me being the woman with the kid. No. Me being finding out, it's not a good situation and it's not good for the kid either. But we didn't handle it like that as far as like didn't want to deal with the kid because he's like, you're your kid, go. I don't like he just cut him off. It seemed like he was just cutting him off, but that wasn't our case. But yeah, it's wrong. And I agree he could have done it just a little bit different without all that, camera and all that. But he did how he wanted to do it. That's fair. That's what he wanted to do.
One more. For me, I say people will never know if it hadn't happened to you. Tula said did a little differently. I did a paternity test on my oldest daughter. She was 12 at the time, and I got a lot of slack from people. Felt like, why you would do that. Some people, she looked just like your other kids, and people have their opinion, and it is when you dealing with the hurt from the father's end when that happened. So it's like really, really hurtful, and of course for the kid it's terrible, and the kid's in the middle, The man is never responsible for the kid in the middle. First of all, it's not his kid, so you can't play kid in the middle when it's not his kid. you always got to look at the mom, and it's irritating to hear people always come to put the pressure on the dad, like, oh, you just take care of your kid. Okay, my kid is not my kid if the paternity test came back.
Exactly.
And it's not about taking care of the kid more than it's about being played,
right?
Being lied to, and you've been made a fool of. For me, it was 12 years. My daughter, we have some relationship is off on. We kind of had that time, but I give her space because it's a lot, man, stuff she has to deal with for the rest of her life, being lied to by her mom. And I understand it. That's a lot, always dear to me. She's always going to be my girl. That was my first. I always count her, still. And it is, but I mean, I give people space, let you do you, whatever. We talked about it, I'll be open with y'all. We talked about it, and she wanted to keep my name. She, like, I told her she always my girl. She's like, y'all was my dad. She didn't want to know the other guy, I told her I didn't mind. Hey, you have a right to, what I'm saying? Closure, whatever it might be. And I mean, I can't get mad. That's what it is. But you can never fathom what's that like. What's that's like doing that. And you're looking at somebody who's supposed to be trustworthy. You thought, and like, I was looking at Chris, who was saying, a calmer situation. A calmer situation would have been, you put a gun upside her head and like, I mean,
preacher, let me ask you, sir, sorry to interrupt you. How was your reaction? Like, what, how did you feel?
When the test came back, I had a dream. I woke up out of my bed, right? And I said out of my mind, get a DNA test.
Wow.
And listen, I woke up saying, I was like, so I told her about it. I was like, I had a dream. She told me to get a blood test, DNA test. I thought I called it a blood test then, whatever. And I did it. I had a turn I was dealing with. He came to my house. We was handling another case I had. And he was like, I told him about it. He said, he looked at the picture. She was on my mount on my other kid. He said, man, he like, the kid looks like you. He like, why would you do that? That's your kid. I said, listen, I had a dream. This is my turn. I said, listen, man, I had a dream, okay? I said, I had a dream. And I told him, it was like, that don't make sense. I'm like, I had a dream, I'm gonna do it. So she had took out a thing on me called maximum child support.
Mm-hmm.
And I went down to see these people. Yep, it's called maximum. That's what they want. They wanted 35% of my check before taxes. I said, ma'am, I'm taxed at 28%. Not our problem. We want 35 before taxes.
Wow.
I'm sitting here saying, huh? I said, lady, I got 3 other kids. I'm married. I take them. She said, who's the oldest? The other kids or this one? I said, that one. She said, well, she come first. She said, we don't really care anything about the other ones. I'm like, huh? I said, okay. So I had to bring paperwork. I had insurance on the life, and you had to have all the life insurance, health, which I already had it. And Thule was the one who told me, stop giving her money, cash, give her a check. She said, I'm telling you, my brother did it. He always gave her money. She said, her brother, he always gave a check. Do not give her. I said, I ain't never had no problem with her. So why would this come up? Did it. Just so happened I had to go down, I had to pull checks, everything. So the lady said, I said, you know what? I said, I was gonna get a blood test. I said, I'm gonna get a blood test later. She said, she stopped, she put her pen out, she said, a blood test. I said, you think it ain't true? I said, no, it ain't that. I said, it's just I had a dream. I said, don't worry about it. Go ahead. Because I want to make sure my daughter was getting her money. They was going through my paperwork to come back and tell me what my new payment was going to be. She said, she put a pen, she said, listen. She said, we can do the blood test ourselves, do the DNA test. She said, we do the DNA test. She said, there's no money being exchanged. I said, listen, my daughter needs to get her money. I said, I need to make sure my daughter's getting her money. She said, listen to me. We'll do the test for $350. She's on top of that. If it ain't yours, you don't pay. Mm-hmm. I ain't even worried about that. I'm looking at, I don't want my daughter to miss no money while I'm waiting on this. She said, listen, man, you keep your money. We do this DNA test. She said, if it come back as yours, don't worry about it. We getting that money. Mm-hmm. If it ain't yours, she paying. I said, okay, they did it, swapped me. We set up and we did it. And it came back to the car. It was coming up on a Christmas. It was in December. I was in my truck, headed back in, and she called me. She said she got the letter. I said, okay. I said, what it say? Dear Miss, I said, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear all that. I don't want about dear Miss.
I did.
Tell me what it say. She told me, well, not the father. I was driving my truck on 285. I closed my eyes.
Preacher.
Because I'm like, I don't even believe it. You know what I'm saying? I just closed my eyes.
Wow.
I'm on 285. I'm rolling. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to hit 675. Headed back to the time. I was driving for Arnell Gator back then. I was saying like, I don't believe this. I did not believe this. I know Tuli was released. She looked like that's a woman out of our life.
I closed my eyes too.
Like yes, I was like, yeah, that was hard. When she told the kid, she told my daughter at the time, I didn't want her anymore. That I didn't want to be her father anymore. I was like, no. I'm like, but I didn't get to tell about the DNA test. She's just like, I ain't want to be. And that got me. Then I couldn't contact her. The wife's like, don't contact, because she said now you stalking, harassing. She was that low down of a dirty person. Could not trust her and be like, if it's not you have no business calling. You know what I'm saying? Then file charges and harassing, stalking. So I went without seeing her till she was I think I seen her 17.
No, grown.
No, because she worked at
she was
she worked at that
in school.
Oh, she was 19. I think she was 19. She was 19. Yeah, when I then worked that song with her, dealt with her, and then we had a falling out about a member. I took a member's side. These members have no idea. Y'all know why I get on these members so much. I took a member's side over my child. So we had a break again for some years, and it happens, and I understand it. So I'm good with it. I accept it what it is. It's just a lot, you know what I'm saying? Anything kind of triggers that break, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, I'm good. I'm one of them people where I roll with it. I'm good because it's a lot of damage that's just there. And women don't realize when when people watch these videos and you come in, you watching it. Man, he man up. You do it. That's you talking. When you look at me, I thought, listen, I was gonna kill a guy one time for her. She was probably 3, 4. And I was riding down the street and I was on Glenwood. I was riding down County Road and she said, Dad, there go that man. So I was like, of course I'm driving kind of fast anyway. So she said, I said that man, she said the stranger. I said strange. She said because her mother worked at a beauty salon at that time. She used to do hair on that street. And the guy used to come to the door and try to get her to open the door and come outside. So me and that boy slung around in the street. And I came back down that street looking for this guy. And I appreciate the Most High he was not there because he was going to lose his life that day. I was going to take this man. I was going to put this man in the street. Listen, I was going to kill him in the street. Because I was thinking about you'd have got my daughter. You know what I'm saying? He could have got her and took off with her and never got her back. So I was like, to see this, it's like, I'm like, what? She's like a stranger. He comes to the door and he tries to get me to come outside to him, And she like her mom cusses him out, So I'm like, okay. I swung my car around in the street, came back down the street. I couldn't listen, I rolled, I went behind Bill. I'm like, I'm trying to find this guy. I'm like, man, you're gonna lose your life. You have no idea what you were doing, But I appreciate the Most High, that worked out there. Yeah, I was young then. I was like 21. Probably something like that. That was young. But I just so you look at as a father, you look at being there protecting your child.
Right.
You look at defending your child, especially if something happened to him, whatever. I was there when she was born. I cut the umbilical cord. I went to Lamar classes. So I'm not a guy like just popped up. I went to Lamar classes.
Oh, Lamar.
What old thing called?
Who? Was that your professor?
That was a good one, Tula.
Thank you.
Hey, so how did you convince the mother to allow you to do the DNA test on the daughter?
No. I ain't had to convince her to do nothing. When she pulled that maximum child support, what happened? She wound up having a baby by another guy. So
Mm.
her and that guy relationship was not going well. I had nothing to do. I went to high school with this guy, but I had nothing to do with their relationship. We see still like, yeah, man, you know, she tripping. I'm like, first of all, I'm like, I don't even know why you talking to me. We have nothing to talk about. I have nothing to do with you and her, whatever y'all do. Nothing. He said, yeah, she said that one of us gonna pay because he was with another woman. So now she got 2 baby daddy. Nobody, I'm married. So I'm married. I'm going on for that. He's lived with another woman. She got 2 kids now. Need a father. So she tell her, okay, one of y'all gonna pay the rent, the other one gonna pay my car note.
Wow.
He mentioned that to me in the store. When I'm looking at this man, listen, I ignore him. I said, first of all, I've never had an issue with her about doing this. Okay. So I don't know how I even got in this conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm moving on because I'm like, I could care less. So, you know, then it's come up to where later on I get a letter in the mail from a place called Maximum Child Support. I'm trying to figure out Maximum Child Support.
That meant
I'm like, I pay for all her clothes, I pay her medical, I pay her insurance, I'm paying for every school clothes, everything. You know, I was at that time, it was like 90 something. I'm giving like $300-$400 a month. So I'm like, you know, why am I paying somebody rent? I'm not gonna pay your rent.
Right.
But she done got another baby, so she feel like says, you know, we need to pay. One pay the rent, the other one gonna pay her, you know, pay the car note, whatever at the time. But I appreciate things how it worked out. It worked out and it backfired and it hit her hard, and she has to live with that. And you know what? At one time, I used to have a hate for her at that time. I mean, really, you know, when you're that person, you're like, further concerned, you can really just die. I moved away from that. Yeah, because I look at this right here. I moved on to really, I feel sorry for you. Because you know, you killed yourself and you don't realize your relationship will never be the same with her again. She can't trust you.
Right.
You brought a man into her life and told us her father, and you lied to her. So that's something a kid ain't gonna ever forget. So, you know, when I looked at that, you know, the hate and stuff I have, you think about it, you realize, you know, you got enough going on. No need to hate you. We seen it before her, me and my wife, we seen him and done stuff with, you know. She has a fit. She has fit, you know, fake, speak, whatever. I mean, whatever. I'll be there for the daughter and the grandkids. I could care less. I don't waste my time with it. I don't speak because I could care less at that point. I mean, you don't have anything in my life that I need from you, want from you, or I don't want to see you dead. I don't want to see. It don't faze me. I'm like, my life has moved on. You know, those days are over with. Moved on. It's just sad because of the fact you don't realize this child got to look at you every time in your face and realize you're a liar. You are a liar. Now, what else did you lie to me about? And you can't ever cover that up with, oh, I love you, I was here for you. You are a liar. And you drug me through, and it, you know, and it affects her. It affected me. You know, it affects you when people do that to you. So, you know, it's one of the things I look at this too. I had to look at, I did a lot of con and I beat a lot of people in my life. Those people who came up with, you know, find out those not their kids, you know, just be honest. You never played nobody before. See, that's the part when things come back around, you pay for it. You feel like, hey, I got over on this person. Hey, I got on this person. Hey, this person know I got. Listen, I did a lot of damage. So at the same time, you know what you realize? It comes back around. Maybe, you know, I can look at, but I ain't never blamed no child on nobody. Yeah, but you did a whole lot of other things that affected people and did damage. And a lot of times, see, people don't ever want to be honest. I mean, again, I'm not negating the hurt, but let's just be honest at the same time. Have you ever hurt anybody else? Have you ever deceived anybody? I mean, if you deceive them,
right?
You know, and people don't look at that. And you know, as much as it hurt, and what I'm telling you, when it really gets you, when you are the person that typically plays everybody else, when the player get played, that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate. Yeah, the player got played.
Yeah,
everything comes around. Yeah.
And you know the teacher, don't play. When you play, you pay. And you know, and that's what I learned from it. That's what I got from it. What do you put on there? Paying $156 a week. If people have kids today, good luck. I was paying $156 a week. When I was in the 90s. So, you know, me, like I said, I was paying for clothes, I was paying for what she need, you know, other things, insurance, health insurance. So I want to know that, like, he goes some money. I got insurance. I already had my stuff. We had insurance covered taking care of getting it. I get every weekend. So I mean, she wanted to live with me. I really tried. I want to get her. Mom wouldn't do it. I want to get her, keep her, raise her. We wouldn't have dealt with that part. But we'll probably find out down the road some other time. But that probably just made the hurt worse in the whole bigger.
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah. Whenever you find, I guess the older, the longer. I seen another one, another video of a guy he found out wasn't his kid. I was gonna send it, but we'll probably next week tell him in closing. But the kid was holding on, little boy was holding on to his dad. And he told her no. He's like, I love you. He's like, no. He's like, he's not my kid. She's like, don't do him like that. He's like, he's not my kid.
No.
Wow, that's very interesting. When the kids get older at that point, is that really not your kid? You basically raised the child.
I look at 12 years. I mean, she always been my girl. I told her that. I was able to tell that. Whatever she do is on her. I've been in with you. Yeah. I told her though, me and her had a good sit down, just she and I. We had a long talk, and she told me what if her mom shipped her out to New York, keep her away, gave her a whole nother story. I didn't want to be her dad anymore. That was not the truth. She started telling me DNA test. I didn't want it, nothing. She just made up stuff. When you first get that hurt, I didn't want to deal with nobody at that point. At that point, it's like, wow, and my kids knew her. My kids, now you got to tell them that's not your sister. It just put you on a mess, with everything happening. But, my boys talk with them. I get my girl, they my other daughter, they conversated, talk. So I know the hurt is there still, and it happened because it never goes away. You got to deal with, we had that gap, and you got to deal with, he didn't want me. He doesn't want me. He got the other kid. That's not true. Yeah. He's my first. You know what I'm saying? We spent a lot of time. I used to go, and she used to feel like I could buy her the whole world. My mom used to tell me all the time, that girl always tell, she would ask them for something. And if they didn't do it, she'll tell them, she'll say, call my dad, he'll get it. My mom would say like, honey, that girl, if she wants something, she be like, call my dad, he'll get. She right, I go get it. She wanted, I would go get it for her. I'm like, that was my girl, it was me and her. I'm like, ride or die, that's my girl, So just crazy, man. You deal with people. He said, I had a similar experience when I was 19, 20. A woman told me she was having my baby. Long story short, it wasn't mine. I understand your it is that is like, that really pushed it. Then you told people, your family. So I had family members that I had a family member that actually kept her for years. I never knew anything about it. I found it. Matter of fact, I just talked to that person probably about a month ago. Before that person had talked to me in like, what you think? Probably like 10, 15 years. I want them people, listen, I can cut you off. I never have to, and it was on because she was on the phone then, it was I was like, okay. I'm just one of them people. I just don't have to. If I could have, I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to see you anymore. It's just a trait. It don't bother me if I don't see you. I don't lose any sleep or time on it. I just keep moving. And I don't have to hate you. I just don't want nothing to do with you. I just like to just keep moving with my life, And that's my makeup. Sometimes people follow my boys will tell this today. You know how you'll cut somebody off, they'll just be off. I like, listen. I'm good. I can cut you off. Listen, I never had to talk to you again to see you. I won't come looking for you. You ain't got to worry about me peeking, looking, searching around. I just live my life and I just keep moving. So, I mean, I just got that, that trait to where that's where I'm in with people. So whatever you want to do, it's like, do it. I'm good. I just kind of keep moving. But yeah, and it's unfortunate, playing those stories and having it, But again, that's life, and it's sad that women and men on both ends do some really hurtful things. And the only thing you got to remember when you're doing them, it comes out. Make no mistake. I don't care what you do. If you're doing something wrong, listen. If you're doing something good,
that's right.
If you're doing something you ain't got no business, and don't be talking about so just don't do. Listen, if you're doing something good, it's gonna come back around. If you're doing something you ain't got no business, I assure you, it's gonna come back around. Listen, I have been married over 30 years. Not one time with no other woman. Not one. No woman stopped my mouth nowhere. And we was in the bed and we just didn't do nothing. I don't fool around.
Right.
I played in the street. I did. I told him I want that wasn't never my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did all my dirt when I was in the street to do it, and I said I was gonna live right. What I did, I watched friends married, go out and hang out and do stuff I was doing. I used to just watch them. I was just like, I didn't get it. I'm like, you married? Why you out here? I shack up and all. But I'm like, I want married. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, when I get married, I always said that when I got married, I was gonna be just me and my wife. I didn't want that. I just didn't want to do that. That was not my thing. But I was a street guy. Oh, you nasty buzzer. It came out your finger. Did it come through my computer? What was that?
What you talking about?
Whatever. Have you ever had a woman to tell you that you were the father of her baby? Don't worry about it. I knew the answer. I just want to see what you're gonna sit there and actually think about it.
No, I grew up in a Christian home. I grew up with a 2-parent home.
What? That happens in every home.
Yeah.
I don't believe nothing that man say. Nobody. You know the woman looked at him and said,
"Don't get mad at me. You ain't got to use your toolbox, and I got to use my toolbox." Don't get mad at me. You ain't read the manual.
Kept trying locked and wrapped in plastic. Locked in plastic.
Hey, y'all need to read my book called Womb Management. The game is the soul is not told. Y'all buy the book.
Put the book up there. You got a picture of the book so that the people see it. Do you have a link?
Y'all get that book.
Put the link up there, Bell Bones.
You said, you really want to talk about my book? Oh, snap. Okay.
I really don't want to talk about your book. I said put the link up there so people can see.
You need to go through that book.
I man got to write a new motor. That man, listen, that man at home with a brand new motor and the thing won't start. He put all gas, everything, new. It's a brand new plug, never been crunked, and the thing still won't run. Every time.
That's it right there.
And lock. Look at that. That's his book. Please, y'all, please get this book. It's for, listen, buy for your kid. If your kid is like 6 months old and you want your kid to read, let your kid look at this. This will definitely send your kid on the reading print.
The excerpt from your book.
Management. You got it done. Yes, what excerpt?
Hold on.
I'm actually working with the commissioners to get this as official Rockdale County book in the Rockdale County libraries.
Whoa.
And what do you say
that's
about
asking a lot? That's asking a lot to my commissioner. That's a lot of weight on her.
Is that something y'all think about doing? Putting that book in the school for kids?
No, sir.
Listen. It's 3 commissioners.
I got 2 others
already. I don't need her.
You don't need her. If you got the other 2, you should
not.
She don't stop your show, do she? She don't stop your show.
No, sir.
Had the other 2 already? Did the other 2 tell you they gonna do it?
I'm unable to talk and discuss about other meetings I have with the other ones. That's a violation of policy.
Violating your policy. That's sad. So what's a little
Big Cookie, I had the same question. So since he has to say, why is the Kindle more expensive than the hardcover? That's an interesting.
That makes no sense. Yeah, the online copy should be cheaper.
Yeah, usually that's what it is.
He didn't know.
So sometimes promotions are run, but the Kindles are a lot more popular. People like to buy digital books. So the Kindles and the books, but sometimes there's actually promotions on the hardcover. So it all depends on the different times of the year, different promotions that's going on, especially the Amazon run.
He just answered the question because more people buy on Kindle, so they want to make more money. Just say that. Just be honest.
So do you have the excerpt, the little video for the book? You remember that?
Yeah, we actually had a whole chapter about the book that we talked about.
Stop. Can you play the excerpt, the short excerpt about the book?
No, you can read it.
I thought it was a little video that went with it.
No, it ain't a video. It's like it'll show you a few pages of the book.
That's a great idea, though. Preacher just gave you a great idea. You should have a little video to go with it.
Yeah, look at. Have you ever?
I do got a video to go with it.
What's the video?
I won a Rockdale County Bestseller Award.
Oh, we know better than that.
What's the little video that you have to go with it? I would like to see it.
We did a whole episode on Two Mics and a Mind. That's the video. You was a part of the video, Dr. Joe.
No, I'm talking about a little video kind of like summarizing the book. That's a great idea.
Like a little like cartoon kind of similar.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And what?
Hey, well, I think it'll be cool to get it in these county libraries.
No, it county ain't got no time to play around.
Dangerous for the kids.
No, it's dangerous. It's dangerous for him. What does he know about managing a wound? This man is his first time. This man Virginia just got broke going on a year. He's not the person to go tell it. See, a lot of time, believe it or not, like telling people to stay out of jail comes better from somebody who's been incarcerated for numerous of years and a lot of time. Telling people to stay off of drugs.
Hey, it's different strokes for different folks.
All right, well, you go ahead and have your stroke.
Different strokes. I ain't got to experience everything to know that ain't what I want to do. And I ain't got to hear somebody
in a matter you experiencing everything.
I do have to say when you experience something.
There's a difference when you're speaking from the end of experience. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah, let me tell you, I could not
see the inside of my book, and y'all didn't.
What?
Y'all saying y'all want to see a page? I'm gonna show y'all page inside the book.
Yeah.
Are we trying
that's
to
a DI book. That book ain't going to no school. That's a DI book.
No, there ain't no DI book.
Yes, it is. So where's the little video? Well, hold on, what that just showed up? That's a kind of freak thing. All right, go ahead. Let's hear it. Come on.
Did it pop up?
Ain't you looking at it?
I'm looking at a different screen from y'all, so I can't tell. All right. This is the introduction right here to the. It's showing up all kind of crazy.
Can we read where's my book at? Let me go get my book.
Yeah, the format on my screen is showing up all kind of weird.
Well, I'm in a weirdo
The little
road.
picture looked nice. I wanted to see the little picture.
Once you type, yeah, here go the inspiration for your book, Dora the Explorer. That's what you should have did. You should have got Dora the Explorer to do it. Call them and see can you use her in your book. Just the character, but you can still have your same word.
But what I'm trying to find,
we can collaborate with my book.
Is the book is more so about being marriage minded. People only focus on the word womb management, but it's actually called womb management. Do you want to be married? Oftentimes, me growing up, marriage is something that was more so demonized. It was no longer idolized for you to be married. And I feel like we live in a society now, from my perspective, is marriage was something that's no longer promoted. It was more so always go get your education, always go and get your career established, go do you, go get your own, establish your own. And it was never more so like marriage. When I joined synagogue, that was like the first time I was really immersed in a culture where people were actually married that were my age and younger. It was just never something that was promoted. And I figured out one of the main things that we can do when we talk about building the community and building a quote unquote black community is actually it starts back to the family. The root of every situation starts back to the relationship between a man and a woman, which in the confines of marriage. I'm tired of the stigma that it's okay to continually, push everything else. And it's like the people when talk about marriage, nobody wants to get married. There's no more way for that. So I expose those different lies and fallacies in my book. That's the purpose of it. Do you want to be married one day?
Give us a couple of topics, a couple of things that you stated in the book for a woman if she wants to be married.
I'm actually trying to find a
let me go get that book.
Barnes and Nobles as well. I think there's an online copy on Barnes and Noble, so I'm trying to pull that up so I can show it to you.
Right there.
Tula said she finna go get a copy of the book now, so she finna.
I appreciate Tula's support. Tula actually supported the book or whatever. She was a big component of the book. She's actually read it, and she actually ended up liking it or whatever the case may be.
She told you that.
Actually,
she told you that.
We did.
Yeah, she did.
I hear her screaming.
And believe it or not, I've actually had some people write, like I've had younger children actually write an essay on the book saying, hey, this book inspired me this way, and I learned so much from this book, so forth and so on. I've had some parents come to me and say, hey, I really like that book for my daughter. I really like that stuff. I like what you're actually doing.
I like that stuff. And they say like that stuff. Are they talking about in the front of the man pants, crack, what stuff? Let me be clear. We say, I really like that stuff for my daughter. Now I'm asking. Wow. Somebody said, let her read the essay. Where the essay at? That's what I thought. They threw it in the trash.
No, I actually had an essay. I actually, Because it inspired me, so I actually keep it. I keep the essay.
Are you planning on doing a womb management part 2?
No, what I wanted to do is I just had a lot of different desires to accomplish a lot of different things, and I wanted to be an author. I wanted to write something with them. That's something that I wanted to do and something that I wanted to tackle.
I'm sure you didn't need to do that book to be an author. I have always seen author confusion. So and
I would encourage anybody. Oftentimes, you know, when you ask the child what is it that they want to do, they'll focus their mind on one thing, and it's not bad to focus your mind on one thing. But I encourage them to say, "Hey, don't limit yourself to only doing one thing when you may be able to multitask, do a lot of things. If you're going to spend 5 or 6 years of life going to school or whatever the case may be, try focusing on a lot of different things. If one thing don't work out, you want to be flexible. You want to focus on a lot of different things, a lot of different options you will be excited that you can do.
Good to a degree, but you need to make sure you can do one thing first. All right, question. Did you write it? Write it, or was it?
Write it, or is it 4 words? I don't know what 4 word is.
4-letter word. That's all it is.
No, he doesn't have a 4 word. He just has
here.
Also, you didn't know about anything.
I was able to find it right here. It's actually on Barnes and Nobles.
Okay. Well, listen. I got another question. Did you write it? Did you write it or not? Here's a question. It was written strictly from you.
This is it right here.
Hello.
That's all me right there. What are you talking about?
All right, listen. All right, good. All right, that's a book I'm buying. No question.
So
you got
right here,
one. Did you not?
This, where it says inside, I'm able to go and click inside, and it takes you to this other page. Hold on. Oops.
Yeah, man, just keep going. While you're doing that, that's another question. Did you say you have an essay from somebody?
Yeah, but hold on. What you want me? You want to see the book? You want to see the essay?
No, all essays are going to El Salvador.
I got receipts. Oh, she found the book. Essay going to El Salvador.
Got the book.
All right. Well, you got the book. Let me grab the essay because he want to see the essay.
All right. Let me
that's tight right there. He asked a question too. Right before you read that,
it's getting late.
Answer the question. You baboon. You trying to sell the book because he
says,
don't know.
Can I be lovable? The answer is yes. That's what I'm called the love doctor.
No. He's talking about the book. In the book, see what I'm saying? When you deal with these.
Hey, do you want to see the letter? Or you want to see the book?
Love doctor.
Give me a minute.
Listen, you're not gonna make a problem. If you got listen,
I gotta step away from the computer to grab the letter.
No, we don't need the letter. Stop it. Don't go get the letter. Please don't go get the letter. The man, listen, focus. I need you to focus. They ask you questions, okay? Mm-hmm. Did you put in the book on how to be lovable? Because see, these are topics that you
all the questions be answered if I show you the book. Can I just show you the table of contents?
This was a question. Hold on, stop.
Yes, I can be lovable. I am the love doctor.
Nobody tell. Okay, see what you gotta do. You gotta learn how to listen. They're asking questions. We're trying to get people to looking to be interested in the book. So asking questions, I'm asking these questions so they will know, did you write the book? Yes, I wrote the book. So they're looking at, is this just a book where you just took other people's information, compiled together?
No. So this is all my story. These are all my experience.
Okay, let's stop for a second. You're answering questions I asked you earlier. I'm telling you again why I was asking you the question. Don't answer them now. It's way too late. Okay? So the next one was, he was not worried about you being loved, but listen, there's no love for you. Listen, that face kills all love. It's pity. So listen, in the book, he was trying to find out, did you tell women like how to be lovable? Which he thought was a good topic. I'm sure you didn't address, because a lot of times people mix things and don't quite understand how a relationship works, even being sexual. When you're dealing with like being married, you're talking to them about being married. Okay, there are things that you have to be able to explain. I know it's a short book. You didn't get in that moves further. Dealing with intimacy versus just sex. Dealing with, conversation and watching things and like making yourself available to be loved. Carrying yourself, making sure not just getting married, which I know you can't put out that. It's a great idea what you put together of telling women that and then hearing it from a man's perspective. That's another one. Because a lot of time a woman to give a woman perspective on getting married, you're not a man though. I ain't saying you can't give advice, but you gotta look at. I can't explain to a woman how to be a woman from a woman's perspective because I'm a man. So I can tell you what I look for, what I feel like enhances a woman, what I feel like, helps kind of illuminate her, to really show, who she is. But that's going to be from a man's perspective. So when you do that, you're looking at now, you're talking about how to be married. So you specify from a man's point of view, a man is not interested in a woman with a lot of miles on. You're not going to see him in a 900,000 mile car. Tell me, I don't let the miles fool you. Still run like a new one. There's no 900,000 mile car that run like a new car. Okay. You're fooling yourself. You had the car so long. You have fooled yourself to say that the car still runs like it's new, and it's not. So that's what when he asked about, did you tell about how to be lovable? You said, no, I didn't put that part. I was basically just getting her the prerequisites. You got what I'm saying? So the goal is you wrote a book. I want people to listen, but then they want okay, if I'm about a book, I'm kind of getting an idea of what am I looking at. Even from a man, the book can be purchased because I'm saying to a woman, womb management, how to be married. So some men say, hey, I want to be married, but I really hadn't given a lot of thought in characteristics that I would want to really see in a woman. Versus somebody say yes. That's not a characteristic. That's just an answer to a question. So there's a lot of things that you have to moving forward. That's why I said when you're interested in writing another book. Now I might be willing to help in the other book. Now we can get into. Okay, here we go. Go ahead. Hello.
I just wanted to comment on some of the stuff you were saying. You brought up a lot of good points, and I just wanted to provide more commentary on what you were saying. Basically, what it is, I've been single the majority of my life, almost about 98% of my life I've been single, and I understand the difference between a man who is casually dating versus a man who's actually more so marriage minded. So because I've been so immersed into the quote unquote dating culture or the single life culture, I wrote the book in regards to my experiences in life. And I understood the question that Christian was asking. I just felt it would be easier for me and people watching for me to actually show them the table of contents so he can see the contents of my book, because his question, is it lovable? Am I going more so into the aspect of lovable? I think the whole entire topic is all based and centered on that aspect of lovable in regards to the love and relationship that's between a man and a woman. So I just wanted to actually share that with him, and I wanted to put that up, and that'll give everybody more so a better idea. But you're right, I can actually be more vocal about it, talk to people more about it. I haven't really promoted the book at all. It was just something I did in terms of I wanted to be an author. I wanted to put something down in the book. I figured I had the opportunity to become an author, and that's just one of the things I wanted to do, and just put a check off on some of my other, goals and ambitions that I had throughout life. But I definitely appreciate the encouragement. I think I should take y'all advice, and I'll definitely consider.
Stop. Stop. Yeah, no. I don't know who the homo. I don't know what to know.
Wait a minute. When you say
y'all want me to, he even encouraged me. He started talking about what my next book. He said he's gonna help me on my next book.
When you say y'all, you talking about Preacher and Tuli, right?
Then we won't have it as a kid book. We would have it as a book where people can say, okay, wow, that makes sense. Wow. It's well, you think about it now. When you wrote the book the first time, you weren't married. So a lot of time, this is the difference now, and more as you get seasoned in marriage, you really get an outlook for things that you feel like are key and king on for a man if he's looking for a wife. These are now, and now having been married, you see what's actually practical. A lot of times when me, I want a wife to cook, clean, do this, but it takes both of us to make the income. She works 12 hours, I work 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So then it becomes to be, you really start looking at, okay, for a man to get this type of woman, he will need to be in this type of position. You got a lot of guys. Oh man, I ain't know. You know what I'm looking for. I'm kind of looking for, and a lot of this is a cop out because you're looking for something that's beyond what you can actually, mitigate. You know what I'm saying, or actually can handle. A lot of times, people are just looking at, what they want is not practical. I haven't had that's why I asked in the book, when you wrote it, you weren't married. Now being married, you can really see the practicality in a woman being able to do that. You see what I'm saying? What do you bring? Like, what are you bringing to the table? Not adding your book. You wrote your book, and kudos to you. I'm not. But now, being man, you can look at what do you bring to, like a lot of women. Oh, he getting the coochie. I don't know why women think you can get that for $30, $10. Why you think that ain't get you no house? A house, a car. You know what I'm saying? So what?
I say every prostitute would be rich and set and in love and married if that was the case.
Yeah, so she said I appreciate her there. So, but that's why I said, because now you can really enhance what you wrote the first time. My follow-up to that, now having been married, seeing things from this perspective, watching my wife, watching things, let me add this. And then maybe you and your wife can do a combo book. Just look at them and write on a woman perspective for a man, because a lot of men need information too on if they're looking to be married, the position they need to be in.
Absolutely.
Hard work.
100%. That's a great idea.
Not easily thrown and faint. It's a lot of information. Like, God, man, he holds, but they're never talking about the corrective corrections that need to be done from their perspective. And a lot of guys that you find that criticize women a lot are guys that aren't married.
Yes.
So now when guys do offer what they would say input, is okay, first of all, you married. That cause of that right there, y'all hoes. Nobody. So when that time, why aren't you married? So it's a lot of times we have to look at both ends. Go ahead.
I just wanted to echo what you're saying. That's spot on. One thing that I've learned about that book and on my road throughout writing that book is it's an equal balance in terms of it's not just the females need help, but the males out here just as, we don't have direction as well. It's an equal lack in terms of that aspect or whatever. So you're right. It ain't just a one-sided thing. And I think oftentimes some people might view the book as being, hey, why you just going on the women? Why you just, hey, I'm an author. This my first time writing a book. You go write about the man. That's what y'all want to do. That's what I tell them sometimes. But the reality of it is you spot on. That's what people do. Why you ain't even looked at, ain't even sitting there. Why would you go? Hey, you got all these ideas. You go write a book and go execute on being an author first and see how that's
it
draining.
Is amazing
it's a
how
lot,
perspective
but that's a great idea. I didn't hear what you said, Dr. Joe, but that's a great idea, for you giving me that. I didn't consider that perspective. But me and my wife, we had to sit down and have some conversation about that because I think that's spot on, and I appreciate that perspective. So, hey, y'all heard it from the Ra. He wants me to write another book. Y'all heard it?
Listen, we know better than that, but I'm just saying it wouldn't be bad since you started it if you say you and your wife sat down and wrote it and y'all say, I do chapter this, so it can address both ends. Because there are men sometimes are prideful. We don't like to hear
that's true
from other men. We'll sit back, and just kind of listen. I'll take it in that way, but I don't want to look at you so like it come directly from you. And a lot of times that can hurt a man and him getting information he needs because the pride of another man had to. There's nothing you should have known. Everything you've been taught or shown.
Facts.
It would make no sense to have schools if you should have known.
Facts.
You don't. Someone has to teach you direction. Y'all got to remember something. When man was put here, man had to be given a directive. On top of that, then there were other things that wound up coming in. It was more than just commandments. He saw there were other things then that need to be not only it need to be just commandments, or there need to be statutes that kind of kind of gives you an idea on how to live outside of that, which still correspond with that. See, what happened with a lot of people now, they church, then they straight because they don't know how to live with inside the confines. You got the commandment, then you got statutes, then you got judgments, things, how we should look at things we shouldn't say that's okay. Two men walk down the street hugging. Listen, man, that ain't my problem. It's not okay. Now, I ain't in charge of going and busting through their hands and knocking their hands apart, but at the same time, I don't agree. Judgment say, no, this is one of society's woe. No, I don't agree with it. And that's how we stand. And you look to, if everybody, kind of held to the creeds, a lot of things wouldn't be as prominent as it was today. So, like you, Resident Joe, being married now, your perspective, your advice on marriage will be different than it was before you married.
Absolutely.
The woman should be doing it. The man should be doing that. You're like, but you're not, man. I don't make a difference. I still know what a woman should do. And then you realize,
it's unrealistic.
It's not, that can cause. And then you look at, so if it's still practical, how do you get somebody to see it now? They're saying, I can't see doing that. Well, that's about prioritizing what's important, whether or not you care. So those books like those are needful, and that's a good guide start for a person. But then you look at, you have an opportunity to, now you can kind of move it along. You don't have to pack everything in one book. You can make a series of the starter. Let's get here with the kid, because you want to train them up when they're a child so they won't depart. Then you start, because this is where we got to get them at. A lot of women who will get your book and read it, damage is already done.
Right.
I like your book. I'm on number 62. So when I change, is a man gonna still want me when he find out, hey, I had 62 lovers.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So now you start looking at, it's a lot. It's a lot, but it ain't put out on you. It's just as you really watch, it's a lot of things that I know now that I didn't know to the magnitude back when I was committing acts and doing. So I can't go back and erase my past. So where do I start from here? How do I get a person to accept? You say, well, you just have to be honest. When you tell a man you had 62, when I hear 62, I'm hearing, man, so you saying you already drawing your Social Security? Because you say that's a man count, I don't care what you say. I'm not interested in no more conversation. Not about no marriage. You know what I'm saying? That's unfortunate. It's somebody out there for you. It ain't me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 62. When she says 62, she better be saying, and I'm getting a check. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, you 62, you drawing your Social Security early. So, it's a lot. And there's so many people that are left. I tell you what would be a great idea. Collaborating. Writing a book on repairing. How to repair from the damage. Yes, sir.
So actually, in my book, all that stuff you hit on, that's all topics that I hit on my book. There's 3 different categories. One category is pretty much what can you do to decrease your chances at being married. The second category is what can you do to increase your chances at getting married. And the third category is pretty much based around healing. In other words, whatever level you at in life, what can I do to heal myself? Because there's no reason for me to keep digging the hole deeper. So I address all those 3 different things. And one thing that you mentioned while you were talking earlier that I thought of, in terms of being married now, before then, what has truly been beneficial to me, and I'll tell y'all have to have rely on, I had a benefit, and I still do have a big benefit, premarital counseling. That right there in itself, from an expert such as Ra, that right there really opened up a lot of different things, a lot of different perspectives. And because I think we actually went through it, my marriage has been more so smooth sailing. I feel like that marriage counseling, premarital counseling therapy that we had, I really do want to say Hob, you truly for that. Remind me of what Confederate 48 was saying. We appreciate people while they're still here, being in your presence and things of that nature, but actually being under your wisdom throughout that whole entire process has really, really been beneficial to me. And I just appreciate you, I do, for that. And that marriage counseling itself has been a baraka to me in my Shaw. So I do.
I feel too.
Okay, we're moving on. We got a question.
I did.
How do you heal from trauma the right way? If I would say for me, I don't think you, to me, and Resident Joe, who's a therapist, licensed therapist, and that don't mean the others don't have an opinion as well. But for me, from my experience, I don't think you ever heal from trauma. I tell you, okay, it's kind of like with Adam when he was here. He created the woman from him, which means he had an opening. Okay, there was an entranceway made. So with that entranceway, he closed it back up. So I mean, that in itself is a situation that occurred and happened. It doesn't mean the scar is not there. So when you see the scar, there's always a remembrance of. And then you look at Yahushua when he came here, the scar, it never closed. When you talk about healing from trauma, I think you learn to adapt to things and you learn to accept things. I think sometimes we say heal, it's almost like you have a scar. It's healed, but it's there. I got one I fell and I pulled the skin out my mouth. It don't hurt. I can hit it, I can rub it, but it's there. So when I look at it, it always reminds me of a situation. That situation in itself kind of grooms me to mature from that. Things I did in my past that happened, what part did I play in that injury? So I think sometimes with healing, it kind of sets in almost to make you forget. I think people put a lot of emphasis on healing versus learning to accept in life. They're just in life they're just like, if you've been molested, I was molested. So that don't go away. There's no class, there's no peel, it's no watch you waving somebody's face, and people all had, some people linger to so long of hating people versus these are situations. How do you learn how to take your hurts and where it damaged you or whatever it did, but then you turn to use it where it helps somebody else? To me, that's the best form of healing. Being able to take from the hurt that I experienced and transform it to where I help someone else, preventing them from getting from it. I realized then I don't see it as that bad of a thing. Yes, it was, but at the same time, I see it as a thing where I was able to save somebody else. But when you use it to, I need to heal, I can't get healed, I can't. No, it don't go away. There are certain things that happen. Your father left out of your life when you were 6 years old and went to the store and never came back. You don't heal from it. That happened. But you learn to adopt and you build to say, you know what? You become a father or a mother, whoever have to either say, you look at your kids, you let them know, if I leave, I'm coming back. I will never leave you. You ain't ever got to worry about me walking out leaving you. That's how so you better yourself from things.
I agree.
So I think it's a false premise sometimes how people look at healing. Healing is over, it's never, you just like wish out of your life. That's not practical. Hurts help you to really understand your victories. When you really appreciate your victories and appreciate when you overcome, when there was a situation, you couldn't avoid this. This happened. And you could think 1,000 times what you could have done differently. And it doesn't matter how you pre-plan it. If somebody would have, why didn't nobody? You could do that, but it happened. So now, at best to me, is being able to take that and formulate where you can help somebody and build to become a better person.
That's true.
That's me. Let me see this. He said, but you come grips and understand it. But you come grips and understand. You come to grips and understand it better. I agree. And that's the good thing about life, whether people believe it or not. You need to cry. People tell you don't cry. It's as important of an emotion as it is. Don't listen to these people.
It is actually important.
It is. What do people tell you? Men don't cry.
That's what they say.
You fall and get hurt. Get up, don't cry. It's an emotion. It is a human emotion that has to be expressed. He gave you laughter. He gave you tears. He gave you crying. He gave you shouting. He gave you victory. He gave you defeats. All these are part of life. That's what makes life as precious as it is and teach you how to live it, because you learn to savor the laughter and you learn how to repair from the hurts.
That's true.
But a lot of times people just want to laugh. Like, believe it or not, laughing ain't as fun if you don't understand hurt.
You know what? You're right.
Crying. It is. That's what think about it.
And you really don't appreciate a win until you experience loss.
And crying actually does help the body with pain. That's why when somebody passes away, it's healthy to cry, so it helps release that pain. It's good for the brain, for your mental, to cry, to laugh, like you said, preacher. Everything has its positions in your life. Yeah, and like you were saying with trauma. I mean, real briefly, and it would be a beautiful thing, preacher, that everybody sees their traumas the way you see it. I think that's the last level, because trauma has different levels. This is actually a specific trauma focused therapy that we do, where we specifically only deal with trauma. I think the mind is so powerful that it can destroy somebody from trauma. Like, if you think about it, if you keep on thinking about this in a negative way, it will literally destroy you. It could destroy your life. So they're definitely different levels. And one of the things is, if you can't handle it yourself, get help. Get professional help. That's what we're here for, to kind of, help you out throughout the way of that trauma. But like you said, that's a beautiful way to see it, where, hey, that can never go away, but it could be a positive thing in your life where you learned and you move forward and you grow. So what Ra said is 100% true. If you can get to that phase where you can understand and grow from that trauma, that is a beautiful thing to do. If you're not there yet, get help. Somebody can help you get there and understand, because we all go through traumas, but some people go through worse traumas than others, or we handle it different. Some people have killed themselves out of a trauma that they went through. Molestation, they killed themselves because they didn't know how to handle it. But there are different levels. Like, yes, there's stages. There are a lot of stages into trauma. Some people, we start from the beginning, hey, let's kind of think of, is this really a trauma? How is it affecting you? It's very difficult when somebody is going through the reliving that trauma. But like you said, preacher, if you can get to that point where, like, hey, you did go through this, but you can learn from it. And and it's never going to go away. It's never going to go away, but you can work through it. And if you need professional help, go ahead and get it. Or you can get, or if you have a preacher, you could definitely, I've learned so much from my pastor, a lot more than what I've ever learned from my clinical classes and my master classes. So like the love doctor said, throughout my marriage, I think I would have been, it would have been so difficult to deal with my marriage without my pastor, and obviously advice from people like Thule and that have experienced things. I think one of the important things is learn how to listen to advice and put it into life and put it into practice. Don't be prideful and feel like you know everything, or I'll handle it by myself. Advice is a beautiful thing, and advice can help you throughout any situation. So if you have somebody professional, if you need somebody professional, or you have somebody like Ra, go ahead and get your help. Trauma is something very difficult. Some people still don't know how to handle trauma or kill themselves because of a trauma. But it does have stages, Christian, a lot of stages. And we do have a specific trauma related therapy that we do when someone can't handle it and they're going through something. They're I don't want to say the word crazy. They're going crazy because of it. I don't want to use that word, but somebody can literally lose their mind because of it, or thinking too much of that trauma that they're going through. But yeah, preacher, what you said is a beautiful thing, and if people could understand that would be amazing. Learn how to deal with it. Deal with it, try to work it as a positive way. Think of it as a positive, use it for a positive thing in your life. But it's very difficult to get to that phase. Preacher, for people, some people, it's very difficult to get to that phase.
And then you gotta want to heal. You gotta want to be able to try to transition away. I think it's good to be able to contain and retain. And I said, contain, not allowing yourself to get too far outside of yourself when situations happen. Then to be able to kind of, regain it, being able to kind of pull yourself, like I say, get yourself together, like me, with my daughter, that situation, that was, a real throwback, 12 years, you're looking at, you got to tell your kids, you got to deal with this, you got family, you got friends, you got so many people that's involved. You got to say, so it's a lot. But I mean, you get past and you learn to appreciate and accept things for what they are. Then I realized, my love for her. I thought it was my love. And like with those fathers, I think in time they'll see it too. You see, hey, get out. You realize something. My love for that child was there because I believed that it was mine. And it is yours. You might not have been the begotter or starter of the child. But you nurtured that child. It's like a tree coming up. If I come and I catch it at a sapling and I take that tree all the way up to this big, huge tree, that's my tree. I grew that tree. So, you start to take looks at things. I mean, and then I learned to appreciate this. I learned to accept and appreciate the love. We know it's a hobby for us, but what we know is the love of the Most High. The fact that, in a sense, I wasn't born from him like Yahushua was. But the fact that he took me in as his own and he had the same care, like me. Listen, I have the same ahava for her I have for my other kids. It's not less, it's not. I give her a spot, accept it, but she is just as much mine as the other. But then, you grow into that because you have to understand if I can't be that accepted, then I can accept him. How do I believe that he loves me when I didn't come from the shaman to heaven? You know what I'm saying? He said, this is my beloved son. He said, my only begotten. And then you claim it as your own and saying that I have now the same love for you I have for him. So the only way to understand that is for me to be in a similar situation of taking somebody on who wasn't my actually what they would call biological, but I did everything for her. And it's there, the care, the emotion is there. The feeling is there for her. So a lot of times, if you just look at life one way, you miss a whole lot about him. I try to look at everything as how it plays a part in the dynamics of understanding what he does for us. How you love me when I'm not, I didn't come from there. I wasn't born from you. But when you're in a situation, you can see where I can love you just as much as I love the ones I begot. You know what I'm saying? So you understand him when he talks about grafting in, being grafted in when you put two things to come together, or he talks about the adoption.
Yeah.
There are some adopted parents that are just as good a parent as people that biologically have kids because of the fact they couldn't have, and they appreciate the fact of being able to have that opportunity versus somebody who have them. Of course I can. I get pregnant. I can make a baby. Then you got people who just can't. So they really appreciate that fact of being able to have. So, you just kind of learn how life is a little different than what you see. Everything you see ain't all of life. Your whole life growing up ain't the whole. So you get to see different acts. You might be, they say, okay, y'all adopt. You thinking that's strange. I'm used to people having kids, and I'm not used to people. But you realize that's what he did for us. He adopted, grafted us in you. You bring that child, you integrate that child, and you let others know, hey, this is your sister, this is your brother. You will love them the same way. So I appreciate life experience. It's like I said, you can learn from life, or you can just be a victim of it. Me, I'm learning. Y'all know we appreciate you guys. I know we went over our time. Love Doctor, we appreciate him for staying up late. He usually go and he takes his dunk immediately at 10:29. What's wrong?
I'm ready. I'm trying to rush up out of here now.
I know you're sick of, but y'all know we appreciate you guys always for the time you put in here with us and listening to us. Confederate, if he's listening, we definitely hobby you. I'm glad that things are, working out the way I always allowing for you, which is praying, asking. But all of you on there, listen, I can't stress enough. Listen, if anybody asks you, do you mind? You tell them you always mind. Every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on Two Mics and My Mind. And if nobody else tells you they love you, and we love you. In our language, it's called a hug. Tuli, love, Dr. Resident Joe. Take us home.
Yeah. I want to start by my saying that something I was saying earlier that came to me, and that saying is you really don't appreciate winning until you experience losing.
Right? That's true. That's true. That's true right there. Listen, man. Let me see what they tell you. Hey, if people tell you that we're running out of time, then you need to hurry up and get it right. Because we ain't got long. What else you got time to do if we run out of time? Hurry up and get it right. Because we ain't got long. Whatever, Tula. She's a hater. A hobby y'all too. Yeah, I saw you. The handshake said hater. Hater. I seen it. Go ahead, Resident Joe. Drop it down on. Watch this, y'all. Brilliant. Watch it come out. Come on.
Preacher, you make
I said brilliant. Come on.
Okay. Life experience are meant to help you grow in life.
That's it. Yep, I messed that one up. Go ahead. You go ahead and give us yours. Oh, that was it. No, but in actuality, it is. And you supposed to say Akuma Matata.
Akuma Matata.
Yeah, no, appreciate it. Come on, Tula, what you got for us?
If you're not a winner, don't be a whiner.
What?
Oh, you don't gotta laugh like that.
Think twice is my only advice. I like that. Think twice.
Okay. Yeah.
I usually hear him say, measure twice, cut once. Yeah, that's that. I'll hobby you too, Chelsea, even though you're one of my enemies. Sarah, we got to watch you. You got a drinking problem. What we got? So, Tula, what we got on the go out? Tell us what you got for us.
On the go out. Okay. So, since we were doing emotions and stuff like that. Feelings are much like waves. We can't stop them from coming, but we can choose which ones to surf.
What?
Okay. Okay. I can get with it.
Listen.
I'm gonna report that to defects.
I like that.
Hey, Tuli, rather than explain it, why don't you just write a book about it? Put it in a book.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Yeah, put it in a book and do an introductory video. You got that. I don't know where she went with that.
Excuse me, if you really listen to it, it makes a lot of sense.
Look what Chavi is saying.
Listen, feelings are much like waves. We can't.
I thought you said children. That's what threw me. I said,
no feelings. I like it.
She said children. That's why I like,
I put that in my office. I like that.
Okay, the end of our show, we were talking about emotions and feelings and things like that. Okay, let's talk
about Scooby-Doo.
Okay, feelings are much like waves. We can't stop them from coming, but we can choose which ones to surf.
Okay.
I like that.
It sounds like some, I don't know. It sounds like some drug. Cause they be breaking, them cartel be dropping drugs in them water. I'm just trying to be careful. There's a lot going on out there. Is this something with the Serenos or somebody? 18th Street. Who it is? Who you got it from? What site you got it from? Okay. And you don't know if you hold on. Look at Tuli. Look at here goes somebody else. Tuli. I'm really trying to rock with you on that one, but it's a no for me. See that? That's your little friend.
It's a slow for her. She's slow.
Oh. Don't
do that. Don't do that.
Andrew, what Andrew do? She come get Andrew. Yeah, I apologize. It was in your head. Oh man, that too. Ooh, I smell too.
Hey, y'all. Y'all. I got to go on here and make my round.
Man, go sound, doodoo.
Listen, my wife become Tucker in.
Oh, that's all you gonna be doing. That's all you gonna be doing. I know ain't that to you.
Yeah.
Y'all. And we'll have to see a lot of y'all tomorrow night.
You want
We're about to take it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and Lee on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love got me going live on the radio. 2 mics and a mind on the radio. Radio, turned up 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 on the radio. 2 nights and a time. 2 nights and a time. 2 nights and a time. 2 nights and a mind.
All right, you do something better. I'll do something better. And guess what? We'll be better together.
And Charlie said he is lost. So while we trying to do something better, let's do something better. Make sure we find him. The wave.
Yeah.
We got people.
Yeah.